Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Clyde Plays. Today's Saturday, so we're playing ships like we often do at around this time on Saturdays. We're hoping that if you're here, you're having a good morning or a good day, I guess, depending on where in the world you are. Other than that, though, we're just looking at the port here. I was kind of looking at naval battles and seeing where my clan's at. We've got a really good competition going on with APV out of the EU servers, so good on you, APV. My team seems to have cleared the board of 250s, but we got some work to do if we're going to stay in this competition. Other than that, though, not a ton going on. We're going to start at Tier 6 today, and I was thinking about taking out the PEF, the Prince Idle Frederick. Sometimes we'll sound that out as though PEF is a word. We're going to start there at Tier 6, and it looks like Scott is bringing his Ranger along. And I think without much up and or circumstance, we're just gonna go. So let's get into a battle. You're just gonna go. I played some very late games last night, and the queue took forever. Very, very long to get started. To find opponents, and it was just because it was late West Coast time. I think it was probably still the Pacific being large, still a little early for people in the Asia servers to be getting going, but it was late for people in NA to be going. That's for sure. I imagine that'd be tricky. Okay, so we are 6s high, so high tier in this match. That's fantastic. It's looking like a fair matchup. So Ranger versus Ranger, Warspite, New Mexico. I actually haven't played a ton of battles in my Warspite, maybe 15, but I do like the way it handles. I think not only does the ship maneuver, but those guns hit hard. I'd probably go with the Warspite over the New Mex there, but the New Mexico is perfectly reliable. Prince Idle Frederick versus Bayern. It's going to be the PEF all day long. I love this boat, and Bayern is good. I like how small Bayern is. It's very short, and so it's hard to hit at range, which is kind of cool. New York versus Oklahoma. Oklahoma for the memes, I guess. New York's probably a more rounded battleship, but Oklahoma's long-range secondaries are kind of a joke, especially at this tier where DDs sometimes have to get within that secondary range in order to even touch you. Texas over the Iron Duke. I don't even care about the Piotr versus Iron Duke matchup. I actually did not enjoy either of those boats very much. So I'll say that I don't care about that one. Pensacola versus Wash. Omaha Königsberg. I actually really liked both of those boats back when I played them, but I think these days the Omaha has so many natural predators out there. I'd have to go with the Königsberg. Furitaka and Emerald. I like both of those boats. I don't know how much I would like them today, but I really enjoyed the Furitaka back in the day. It kind of plays like a baby battleship. It's got those long gun reloads, big caliber guns, the Citadel factory. Emerald's got smoke and all those cool British tricks. Not a bad pick. Gallant, I think, is more fun than Gaeta. Gaeta might be a more accomplished ship. It's got better AA, acoustics, things like that. But I like Gallant better, so I'd probably go that way. Kamikaze over Minakaze, but not by much. Ohotnik over Mutsuki, but that's because I like Ohotnik's stupid meme-ness a lot. Mutsuki's a fine boat, though. Not a lot of guns on the Mutsuki, if I remember right. It might only be 2 or 3. And obviously Ohotnik's like firing squad of guns is sort of a silly thing. Well, Scott is out there. He's doing good carrier things early match. We can see him on the mini-map, scouting with the Ranger. Enemy carriers doing the same. We've got rocket planes over here at Charlie Cap. I've been leaning over here towards Alpha. Not real fast just yet, although I think I need to pick up the pace, and I've done so. We got the ship moving along here. These islands on this map, there's a lot of separation on this map that makes it very difficult to crossfire and to provide remote support. For the tiers you're playing, that's probably okay. But these islands make it very difficult to participate in A unless you're all the way over there. These islands make it very difficult to participate in C unless you're all the way over there. And then there's this ring of sort of death in the middle, where battleships don't want to go early in the match, but you can go there a little bit later and be safe. You can be a competitor. Once the number of enemies has kind of come down a little bit to where the problem space, if you want to think about this as like a really complicated math problem, the problem space has been reduced when you get down to 5 or 6 players rather than 12. 12, just there's a lot of variables. Who knows who's out there and what they're doing, especially if they're destroyers. They're hard to spot, that kind of thing. I'm going to come over here. Our Geta is running. And Ohotnik, I can spot before he can torp me, but not by much. And he's huge, so I should be able to blap him. I should have reloaded to HE, paying attention to this, but I've got APs in the tube. So I'm going to send those down range and switch to HE in the meantime. If I get 6 overpens or something, that's still like 6,000 damage. In this case, I only got 4, that's 4,200. I'll take it, you know, it doesn't bother me. The PEF has great secondaries. How great? Well, 7.4 kilometers, and the Ohotnik is at least being scared by them. Now he's being hit by them. So that's good for me. Ohotnik is down to about half health. Geta, if he had smoke, would be using it. Doesn't, and he's dead. That sucks. You will be remembered, Geta. Mrs. Winterbourne, which I believe is a bad made-for-TV movie starring Ricky Lake. If you know who any of those, if you know about that movie or that person, yeesh. I don't know why I know about it. I believe it stars a young Ricky Lake as somebody who's not important, who pretends to be the rich wife of someone. It's like a bad while you were sleeping. And why do I know about that? I'll tell you why. It's because my wife likes that. Now I got HEs loaded, but I'm shooting at the Iron Duke. It's a terrible idea. Hey, Admiral. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we talk about fun stuff here. I'm glad that made you chuckle. Hopefully you're having a good morning, if it's morning where you are. We are looking for this Ohotnik. I'm not the best Ohotnik hunter. Let's be real. If that guy, here's the way the Ohotnik works. It's got like 4.5 kilometer torpedoes, right? Many of you probably know this. I might not be telling you something that you don't know. But if I get too close to, say, an island or something, or if that guy's in smoke and can spot me, which seems to be the case right now, he can dive out from that island and hit me with like 12 torpedoes. These should not be able to hit me unless there's another destroyer over here, and it seems like maybe there is. Because Ohotnik is further away than that. Oh, well. Well, welcome, I guess, home? You're back home from work? Woke up from a midnight shift? Yeah, so I'm trying to avoid that guy because he's going to try to use geography so that I'll go up there and get surprised by his short-range torpedoes. That's how Ohotnik works. And I know this because I love the Ohotnik. Fantastic boat. So if I keep my distance from that island, he won't be able to jump me with torpedoes. The Ohotnik still has a really good gun battery, and lots of them, right? So it can definitely hit me with chunks of HE, and if he aims well at the superstructure, he'll get pens, and do decent damage to this boat. You can get 4,000, 3,000 damage salvos to destroyers, and I think if you aim well on a battleship, you can probably get 2s or 3s. And that's a big enough chunk of damage that I'm not looking to just volunteer that to the enemy. I am stepping out here getting blapped by multiple ships. I need to get out of here. This is a bad place to be. Playing like an absolute clown. Good morning, Chalk. We got Chalk muted over on YouTube. I'm doing well. Skada, Chalk is curious about how you're feeling, how you're doing. You're flying airplanes right now, so you might be a little busy. This turn I'm about to make, not recommended. Don't do this. I need to switch back to APs too. I keep waiting for that Ohotnik to pop out, but I don't think he's gonna. Of course, now that I've fired and I'm reloading, he's gonna stick his nose out from that island and be an issue. I'm gonna assume that Scott is doing great. It's our first battle. We haven't lost anything yet, so attitudes are positive. Oh, get out of here. Big follows. This stream does not support bigfollows.com. This guy. Banned. Alright, back to the game. Sorry guys, I had to self-moderate there for a sec. The thing we work on around here. Amscray, big follows. You're not welcome. Go on. Okay, so we just hit the Iron Duke there, actually pretty well. I am getting burned to death, which is what I expected would happen. You know, the rocket change, Now listen, I'm biased. So Chalk says, how does how does Scotta feel playing his Ranger after the rocket change? With a little smile there. I like destroyers. This is not a mystery. So I'm trying to think about that rocket change, but I am actively currently trying to learn how to do CVs. I have stiff arm CVs for 6 years and said they're not really for me. And I'm amazed that I'm actually still alive. That was like 5 ships up there that should have been focusing on me. I think the rocket change is positive for World of Warships because we know... Oh, I only had 1.5 seconds left. I thought it said 15 seconds. We know that carriers have a high impact on the battle, and this is by design. Wargaming's done this. Flamu made a really great video with a graph that Wargaming showed him about how they have a very high battle impact, and they're looking to maintain that impact, meaning influence, right? So I think this is a way to kind of bring that down and to I guess, make destroyers a little bit safer. The other thing that Scott and I have been talking about a lot lately is... Admiral says, I like going ape in my DDs now. The other thing I've been thinking about is, like, Wargaming is constantly changing stuff. And one of the things that's kind of fun about this game is learning how to deal with the changing environment. Oh, crap, now there's SAT BBs out here. What do we have to do to kill those guys? How do we stay alive? How do we, how do we do those kinds of things? So for the moment, I'm tentatively thinking it's a positive change. I don't know if I feel like I always get deleted right away by rocket planes. You know, we know that spotting is a big influence on destroyers. When you're visible, that's a problem. So I don't know. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but these are a couple of things that are rolling around in my head while I think about that change. And I have taken out carriers, and I'll tell you, it is difficult / different to hit with rocket planes now. But I think it's still doable. Destroyers are going to get pretty good at dancing. That's okay. Destroyers have a lot of natural predators right now, right? Using that phrase today. What Admiral's got more comments for us. Them old grandpas who got in the habit of shooting DDs, and it's so much. One thing I don't like is the change to German rockets who weren't used for DDs. You know, I had that same experience. The first carrier I took out after the change was a German carrier. And I was going in on a cruiser, like you do, and definitely had that experience where I was like, what the heck is happening? Oh, right, they changed all these. I thought my ship was broken or something, you know. Yeah, it's different now. Hey, welcome to the stream, Soldier Man. I played my CV for the first time yesterday, he says, and the rocket change makes destroying DDs almost impossible. You know, I will say DDs are hard. I'm bad at CVs, so I've actually been practicing that rocket change on cruisers and even battleships, just practicing hitting with it and stuff. And again, I wasn't good before, so I'm not the best example. Yeah, that's probably true, Chuck. Yeah, there's like a little hesitation there that feels very strange. So obviously you can tell we are not doing super great in this battle. I'm using this island to not have to fight all 5 of those guys by myself again, but I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice. So I'm going to turn my boat back towards hostilities. I don't think this is one I can turn around by getting a sudden Kraken at the moment. And the enemy team is already giving me the GG. What a bunch of smug sons of bitches. I might be giving people the GG around now too, frankly. So, you know, we'll see what we can do. Come on, Furutaka. Step out. Fine, I'll shoot your brother, the Bayern.
Внимание, обнаружен эсминец противника.
Really want to shoot this for a talk. I think my team's actually going to kill him before I do because I got those dudes over there. I need to be like, no, we don't want to go there. being mega spotted like I am, there's no surprises. I can shock the enemy team in no way. Yeah, I suspect the change to the look at that, we lost probably just by points. The German CV change, because it does feel like the angle's different, you know, and I don't know. It's tough now. So let's give it a few weeks, and we'll kind of see where everybody is. We'll learn about how that's going to change, and how that's going to affect the game. Scotty comes back, says that sucks. I haven't played it, but that's true. That was your first carrier match since the change. Oh hey, well played. I've been told that I need to give people who say things like that PogChamp, so I'm gonna try it. There we go. PogChamp. Okay, so hey, Scott and I did okay for our team. I was kind of more or less on my own over there, or my allies died, so I ended up kind of pushing that side, not pushing that side, but trying to hold that side. But it was just against this rising, this tide of iron that was rolling in on me, so I just couldn't get it done. But you only had 30k. Oh, our team was terrible. Never mind. Yeah, well, I think we didn't have a strong gamesmanship was not a factor in that particular match. But sometimes you're gonna lose games of World of Warships. I know. I thought I could avoid it. I just got yes. Oh no, did I leave my naval battles on for that? Yes, I definitely did. Oh, good. I'm actually going to disable them for this next one because I don't have all the modules for this ship. Rockin' Megatron. Are you, Scott, are you using the Tiny Tims? Chalk's asking. He says the delay on those is like 6 seconds, whereas the HVARs are like 4 seconds. He says no, not on Ranger. Gotcha. I'm going to take Z31 in. A lot of you guys have already been playing Z31, but for that week or whenever I had, or that patch, I missed a bunch of opportunities to play games and was busy with other things, and so I wound up not being able to get my Z31 with like tokens or whatever, like everybody on Earth did. So I literally just threw some free XP at the Gata yesterday, maybe the day before, and I unlocked the Z31. So I've played one match in this thing. It is unupgraded. But, if you guys have tips, tricks, pointers on Z31, throw them into chat. Otherwise, I'm going to roll out there and be like, oh, cool. Hey, where's my acoustics? And we'll see how it goes. If I look at equipment on this little tub, smoke and repair is all it's got, right? So it's only sort of German. We've got the, talking briefly on this guy, 150s. Muzzle velocity of 835 isn't super fast, but it's probably fast enough for 10.5 kilometers, at least at the moment. Is there a gun upgrade? No, it's just a fire control system. And a hull repair. Interested in getting both of those things. The first match I took this thing out in, I drove forward and got dumped by a consecutive acoustics patch and radar that were used against me, or acoustics module and radar. Well executed, they converted into death. Oh, hey, we do have room for one more in here. Hang on. Oh, shit. Yeah, just had a message, and I responded to the message before getting out of queue, so we'll pick up a third when we come back. Heavy McD's around for a battle or two, it looks like. But until then, we've got Scotta and myself in the Flint and the Z31. And we're going to go out here and roll a battle here. So we are high tier again. This is, write it down, make a note of it. This has never happened, 2 high tiers in a row. Certainly not at the beginning of the stream. It seems like until we hit like tier 8, 9, 10, we're always bottom tier. But this week is not that way. B-31 has 2 single-barrel turrets out back, 1 double-barrel turret up front with the torp launchers rolling.
I will win by any means, at any cost.
Or spinning around mid anyway. Scott is flinting it up. Soldier Man comments about the flint as well. I don't have a flint either, actually. I probably should throw that onto my list of let's just get it while it's available for whatever currency, right? But I haven't picked it up. I haven't had a good time in the Atlanta, and so I didn't feel like I wanted the flint. Although the longer torpedoes and the smoke and stuff makes flint kind of a different ship. Makes it feel almost like a British cruiser, perhaps. Yeah, that's true, and they did recently buff the range out to its, I think, pre-Captain rework glory. I don't think it got anything special beyond that, if I recall correctly. So I'm going to approach A here. This detectability on this thing is 7. Okay, so not good, not stealthy. The enemy's got a Minakaze and a Mahan. Both of those ships will outspot me. I think Mahan's 6.4 and Minakaze's in the 5s. So I will not be the Spotness destroyer at A is my guess. We've got DD likely in Delta. We don't know which one. Our Janwei is over there resisting that cap. Probably Janwei has Minakaze and I'm going to have Mahan, but there's absolutely no guarantee of such nonsense. So I'm gonna step on this and then just basically turn right around. And I spotted somebody. I spotted an Iron Duke, which is actually pretty cool that I didn't get spotted already. Now that Mahan could have leaned towards the Delta cap, and it's very possible that we will have 2 DDs on the one side. Guess I'll sit here for a second. This is where I get fully stationary, and then I get spotted out. I am unchallenged right now in Alpha. The Fuso coming in. So you can see Scott over here. He's positioned himself behind an island. He's ready to smoke up if he needs to, or to not smoke up if he doesn't need to, right? If I spot somebody out here that he can hit with my spotting without smoking and stay out of danger, it's going to save that smoke. Chalk asks how I like the new DD line. Second battle in them, so I can't make a full determination yet. Looking at them on paper, they remind me of a lot of the other gunboat. I did cap. They remind me a lot of the other gunboat destroyers. I do like gunboat destroyers. I like the whole Russian line. I like the French line. Those have been accused of playing like cruisers as well, since forever. So I don't know that I'm going to hate them. I am going to be sad they don't have acoustics. That's really going to bum me out. I don't have any issue whatsoever with using a pseudo-maneuverable, because I wish these guys were faster too. Like a maneuverable smoke gunboat. I think that's going to be something that appeals to me. It's going to be pretty stiff competition if these boats want me to think that they're as good as the French line or as the... I just fired and did not get detected. There is nobody at A. They went heavy, heavy Delta. And now I'm spotted over here. There's Mahan. He did come over here. The torpedoes are slow. The ship is slow. You know, I'm thinking it's going to be my 3rd favorite gunboat line, right? Or something like that. Mahan is not familiar with the use of the rudder, but should be. So if you're in a position like this, Mahan, and I'm not going to fault this guy as a bad player. I think he's just got some plan in mind. He's probably torpedoing me. He's not thinking about driving his boat right now. There he goes. Now his torps are probably launched, and he is turning. Well, I know his torp range sucks, because I too have a Mahan. Love the boat, hate the torp range. I am gonna drive out. I think I might kill that guy. Oh, what? Fine.
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy battleship detected.
That didn't look like a good shot. Sorry, guys. Had to tune in on doing action things. But I think he just was not paying attention. That's the thing. Chalk says French and Russian DDs at least have the speed. Yeah, and I'm going to miss the speed on this thing. I'm going to miss the hull repair from the Russian side, right? The improved AP pen angles and stuff is something I'm going to have to learn in order to take advantage. That's this thing's trick, right? Is that it can AP stuff. I was fighting is it the Merkur? I can't remember which tier, which one, in my Bagration the other day. And I was bow in, and he was taking 4,000 damage salvos off me. So I know this boat has, in fact, I'm going to switch to APs for this New Orleans right now. See if we can't do something to him. I know it's got some magic. There's there must have been some magic in that shitty German DD they found. For when they placed it in Clyde's hands, he immediately got sunk to the bottom of the river, or the ocean. But yeah, there's something to be said about the way this AP works. I think that's the trick we have to learn how to use. And that bad shot by me obviously is not a way to do it. This might kill that guy. Come on! I was talking about up your AP. You gotta do good for me, guns. There we go. But the dude who was blapping me in my Bagration, it was every salvo. 4,000 damage, 3,500 damage, 4,000 damage. And I was very, very annoyed with it. I mean, I was literally running away from him like he was a fire spammer, but he was like an AP spammer. It was very interesting. Interesting for him, annoying for me. I don't know. I also have sweet Transformers music.
Decepticons requesting cover fire.
So, I got that happening. I didn't even need to say that. I just wanted to use a Megatron emote. The one thing I'm very excited about having this new line for is I finally have a use for my Megatron captain, so.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Yeah, I want to go over here and shoot shores. Until then, we'll shoot the duck. See if I can AP the duck with this thing. I don't know if I can. That Mahan. Oh, they did get him. Good. I was going to say, he got away from me, but somebody else got him. That's good. This bow in Iron Duke's going to be hard to get anything done on, I'm pretty sure. But now that he's broadside, those back guns going to get there? Nothing. Alright, here's the shores. Shores should be an ideal target for this thing. Oh, Heavy just took a tier 10 match on Ocean. That is... I had an Ocean match the other day. These guys keep killing all these cruisers before I have a chance to kind of experiment with them. Shoot them at various angles. Oktoberski Revolutionski. Oktoberskaya Revolucja. Up here. And that's the EDD is right in front of me. Oh, I forget these things have torpedoes. Very slow torpedoes, to my recollection. I'll switch back to HEs for this Minakaze.
Our team has taken the lead. It's a matter of time until Optimus Prime admits defeat.
Torp angles are what you're seeing on the screen right now. I want them to be better as I try to flank around this island. Or not flank, but like pop around this island. Put some, Scott calls those his sea mines. I'll deploy 4 of my sea mines. Yes, keep turning like that, dum-dum. It's gonna be perfect. And when I say dum-dum, I mean that as a term of endearment. Me and this Minakaze are probably really good friends. Well, we were, and the Flint killed him. Nice job, Scott. Good cleanup. I mean that in the kindest way. We're gonna beeline over here, see if we can, what's the reload on these torpedoes? 2 minutes for slow torpedoes that aren't that great.
At last, victory is within my grasp.
Alright, we're gonna try some more APing. Oh, I shot those way too low. That was a bad shot in every sense of the word. We're gonna try some APing. We're gonna put it about right here. Hopefully we can hit that superstructure. What do we get out of this? Ooh, 3 overpens. So maybe I needed to be a little bit lower. I don't know the exact armor belting pattern of Uzo, so I don't know if he's got like a 300 mil thing on the side. I doubt it, but
Problem solved.
So 15k is not really effective. This is sort of a mediocre match. My team is just destroying these guys. I'm gonna turn around, I guess, and go down to cap C, and that'll put me in close to the enemies as well. Yeah, no speed boost on this boat either, which I knew, but I'm noticing very, very much right now because I really want to hit my turbo and buzz on down there, and I don't have that option. So it's, you know, you're looking at kind of similar to the way the British DDs are without a speed booster. So, Z31's not winning me over. Making me wonder why I'm not playing Z39, you know? That's what I was thinking, Chalk, but yeah, so I overpenned real easily on the superstructure. But yeah, I want to avoid that 306, right? If it's got a 306mm lower belt, if there's a little band of, I don't know, 30mm, 50mm, something like that, I might be able to punch. I don't know exactly what the AP capability is of this baby. We're going to buzz in here. Ismail, look at this. Everywhere I go, my team is one step ahead of me. I had 4 battleships stumbling into that. So I was kind of chasing the damage. It was one of those games that went too quickly for me to be able to participate. And that speaks to where I started, kind of on the outside of that cap, and then I had to cut across. And, you know, had I been a little bit more inboard, if you want to think about that with the map, a little more central, I might have been able to participate a little bit more. So just 15,000 damage, not a great figure, but to tell you how bad my first battle was, much better than that one. We'll just leave it at that. Scotta coming in the second slot there, 1400 base XP. That's a pretty solid game. I got 1250 just for showing up, I guess, and punching the time clock. So we'll leave it at that, I guess, and go back to port here. Looks like Heavy's out of his match. We'll scoop him up here, and we'll go up to tier 8. See what we can find at tier 8 to play. I don't know if I have much that I'm leveling. I guess I've got Akazuki, I've got Vladivostok. What did I take out so far? I've got a destroyer and a battleship, so that doesn't help me make that decision, does it? Richelieu. Don't really need Bismarck in my primaries. Some of these boats out to focus my efforts on these boats I'm trying to level. Heavy's got the Richie. Yeah, I think that's kind of my read. Right now, looking at just the Z31. Now, Scott has told me that when you get up to the upper tiers, they look pretty great. I'll tell you, what I've seen of the Elbing looks really awesome. 35,000 hit points once you've got everything else kind of hooked up. Let me look at my spreadsheet real quick. I know you guys love this spreadsheet coming into play. Richelieu is my second closest boat to being finished. Rune is first. We're gonna play the Richelieu. Yeah, right now, having just played the Z31, not super impressed. I really like what I've seen with some of those other boats. And Scottus seems to indicate that they're more interesting. They're a little more capable. Yeah, there he's got a comment about it. So I don't know, Chalk, if you've stopped with Z31, maybe don't. But if you've read them and you've looked at your playstyle and said, nope, still not for me, bro, I get that. Okay, tier 10s. This seems more like it. 2 Richelieus and a Xianyang. Did you bring smoke, Scott? I bet you brought smoke. So we've got FDR on our side, Immelman on theirs, Iowa Lion, Riga Brindisi. This is actually, you know, this is kind of an interesting matchup across the board here. I think I like FDR over there. Immelman, Iowas are a wash. I like Pommern over our Lion, just because I think Pommern is fun. That doesn't mean it's actually going to be better. I like North Carolina a lot. I don't much care for Monarch, and I like Richelieu. So I think this quadrant, me and Heavy versus these two, is probably a wash. Bismarcks are a wash. I like Des Moines better than Worcester. This is tough. Right now I'm liking Brindisi better. I'm playing better in Brindisi than I am in Riga, but I think Riga's a tough boat and it's worth playing, so that's worth saying. Shima and Holland, two very different playstyles, but still sort of the same. Holland is probably going to have the edge in an aircraft carrier battle. Udaloy and Schultze. I don't have Schultz yet, so I won't speak about that. Akazuki Kagero. Akazuki's probably my pick, although I love Kagero, so I think that kind of just depends on how you're feeling that day. And Shenyang versus Asashio, I'm going to say again, that kind of depends on things. I think Asashio is very powerful, but Shenyang in the right hands is a pretty tough boat as well. All right, so airplane's already scouting through. Immelman doing exactly what he should do, which is go and identify all of the players and the pushes that are happening. Right? His team, when they have more intel, when they have more little pictures of ship symbols over on their minimap, they make better decisions. This is just true of everyone. You make better decisions with more information. A lot of times we react, we make a decision based on our gut, and luckily some people have a pretty good gut. But that does not mean that is the best decision we can make. We'll always do a better decision if we have more information. This far in the battle, I just now clicked up to half throttle. I was on quarter for a minute. I'm letting Skada get up there. Skada's in mid-cap. Mid-cap's a tough place to be, especially in a carrier battle, because they tend to scout it. The carrier flies up mid. They can lean left or right based on what they see in the middle. And so that's a very common flight path for carriers. You'll see that a lot. Unless they see an island or something they want to go to, they might scout one side or the other. Skada says CV didn't spot me. He botched it.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
I'm going to lean a little bit towards Alpha. I'm going to trust our Lion and our Iowa to hold this side. Those are our two heaviest battleships. We've got me and a Bismarck and Heavy over here on our side with the Ritchie. Now, the Ritchie Lou is blessed with 25 kilometers of gun range. Doesn't mean that you can hit at 25. I think people can. I don't know if I can. We'll try at 24. I think I've underled that Monarch. But if you can get to where you can use that range to your advantage. No, look at that. Terrible shot from me. Did I get one? Yeah! Hey, at least I'm on the scoreboard. We got one on the Monarch. And he's going to heal that because he's a Monarch. But, you know, we can use that range to our advantage. And, I don't think the Monarch can hit me from there. North Carolina, I don't remember its range. But it's in the 20s, I think. It's a pretty good long-range boat as well. And then the DDs, right? Kagero maybe can torp me if he's got 12s. Like, with a little help, he could probably get a little closer to me and get it done. Or maybe just 10s on Kagero, I think. So, I'm using this range to kind of stay in a position where I can stay alive. Kagero's really low. I'm going to tell my team that. That's collaboration at its well, maybe not at its finest, but it's pretty good collaboration. Come on. Go with me on this one. Again, I think I underled that distance battleship. 24 kilometers. Of course, North Carolina's not real fast, but it's not slow. Not like the South Carolina, which is a boat so slow I almost never played battleships again. I was actually fine on the speed estimation, but I overshot him. So I don't know if he steered in or if I'm just bad at video games. It's probably a combination of both. We're scooting on up here. We got Heavy's right there with me, forming a dual platform gun zone, I guess. I don't know. Trying to get to where we can, trying to come up with a cool word for that. I like what's going on here. And we've got North Carolina's coming back around. I'm going to throw some shells at him again. I think he's going to turn out from under this. Man, why am I shooting so poorly today? Skada's up front. I just want to make sure he's got the cover he needs. If we get eyes on that Kagero, and Skada feels comfortable and confident to do so, he should be able to gun him down. I think Kagero has like 1,200 hit points, maybe 2,000. So if we see that guy again, should be able to go down. And or our Udaloy is up there too, which is maybe a better platform to shoot at him because then Shenyang can remain undetected. Think about every match like it's a clan battle, right? What if you can trust the people around you? I mean, you can't, and we know this, right? So we know we have to make plays ourselves, but we also want to try to use the right platforms to do the right work. Ooh, big torpedoes from Skada, and then I'll just shatter and bounce a couple of shells off that guy. Or not from Skada. Maybe those weren't from Skada. Those look like they were Udaloy torps. Yeah, I'm going to move up a little bit. Heavy's got the right idea, and it's a good thing, because look at these torpedoes coming in behind us. Get out of that area. Get the heck out of Dodge. We're going to throw a Now that might be a better shot at North Carolina than the other ones I've had. Yeah, it's that guy talking trash on the other side.
敵艦に命中。その調子だ。
Because they killed our 2 strong battleships. Trash talking. Oh, it's funny. When they decide to open their mouths. We are losing ships quite heavily.
敵が優勢だと。
I will say that I think I'm having kind of a slow start to my game. By the way, can I go back and talk about my Citadel? You guys saw that, right? Got assassin back in chat. That's great. I Citadel this North Carolina. North Carolina's over here. He's got 18,000 hit points. Between Heavy and I, we should be able to cut this guy down. Him and the Monarch. Can I hit the Monarch? Yeah. Let's see if we can slap this dude. There we go. Somebody got a chunk out of North Carolina. Might have been Heavy. I was zoomed in at the time. Of course, I can barely touch the Monarch for reasons unknown. Monarch is healing.
エンジンブースト始動。
North Carolina's healing.
全力で行くぞ。
I'm gonna split my guns here, which is sort of a... It's a risk because of the damage I haven't been doing to Monarch. I'm gonna put these a little higher because of the angle I've got on that guy.
敵戦艦を
Okay, we got Monarch with a
一
wasted
瞬で
Citadel.
片付けるぞ。
And we hit North Carolina. I'm gonna put the secondaries on. I use my turbo booster. Okay, well that'll work too. Schultze's coming around on the back end. I'm gonna shoot him here
敵駆
because
逐艦を発見。
that is what we
一
do.
瞬で片付けるぞ。
Oh, I only had 1 gun ready. That sucks. I did the reload, so I've started reloading my other gun. Needed to wait because I fired the 1-2. I knew there was a risk there, I just didn't know what it was going to be. We're going to get turned around here. Scott is back in B, and he is facing off with a Des Moines and a Holland. This is danger for him.
敵戦
Not
艦を
great.
発見。
Obviously, this battle is going sort of sideways, but we are absolutely going to scrap until we're done scrapping. Lascada. All right, so this is interesting. I've got my HEs in. We've got a destroyer around here somewhere in that smoke. We're going to come up here and see if we can't destroyer or blap this DD. Heavy's rolling in, right on his 6. I got the right shells loaded. We're gonna put this to work. I think that Schultz is half or 2/3 health, maybe. He's still alive. Oh, he's lower than I thought. Maybe I hit him harder than I did. Good shot. Heavy, I hold my second one. Good eyes. Good eyes. Why are my secondaries going off? Oh, Kagero. Kagero. My observe failed my perception check on that one. Oh, that's all you, Heavy. Clean him up. No! Oh no.
前方に魚雷確認。敵巡洋艦を発見。噛みつくのにはいい相
If
手
you guys are just gonna leave him there, I'll get him. But like, come on.
敵の駆逐艦撃沈。
Let the record show. I waited a long ass time. Oh, poor Heavy just took like 40 torpedoes. Oh good, here's Holland. That's not what we needed ever for any reason. I'm gonna do one more salvo of HE, and then we're gonna switch back to APs. So Holland is over here. He's gonna be my HE target, and then I want to AP that Bismarck. Secondaries are working on Holland. I'm waiting for both my guns to be reloaded. They are. And he's gonna do a dance and a wiggle. So I'm gonna shoot on his harder wiggle there. Boom. 1700. Not a great number. I'm kind of just leaning in at this point, right? It's 4 of us versus 8 of them. I don't see this going any other way. But we are going to play the game. I think Bismarck's my favorite target right now, with Iowa coming in a close second. I think this is that comical, the comedian here. I thought he'd be sailing in front of a brick wall, so I'm going to try to ram this guy. I'm not the best ramist in World of Warships, but... Oh, those Holland torps won't stop the ram. And that Holland was basically ramming his ally as well. Yeah, you're done. Hey, that's a pizza party. We may have lost, but we get one of these. Yeah. That guy's just like, feed me more ships. Are you done feeding me bad players earlier in the match? And I was like, you're such a dork. Yeah, hey. You know what? We're going to walk away with this with a huge loss, but at least we got a pizza party out of the deal. Just a joke. What a mess. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, we're going to jump up to Tier 9. You guys knew what was coming next. Lots of fun stuff to play at Tier 9. Or I could work on ships that I need to level. I'm just kidding. Some of these boats are fun. I'm getting really close with the rune. I think I'm going to take rune. Unless you guys want to see something else. Otherwise, I'm going to work on this dude right here. Evie, did you walk away? Yeah. Are you still there? He may have walked away. If that's the case, we'll bump him from the division and get going. But if he's here, he can get a Tier 9 ready. Oh, wait. Looks like he's here. We're doing Tier 9s, dude. In the meantime, I'll take a quick peek at the old scoreboard here. We've got the Richelieu 102k with the ram kill against this dude in the Iowa. Sass monkey. Pulled out of 3rd place with 1,000 base. Yeah, I mean, we're in the mix, but our team kind of collapsed. Early on in the match, you may remember I said, hey, check out the... Oh, wait, he's not here. The game just ended. Heavy. 3, 2, 1. Show must go on, friend. Hit me up when you get back. Yeah, I at the beginning of that match, I was like, hey, oh, no worries, man. I just keeping the show rolling. But if you're around when we get back, we'll grab you. Just bad timing. We just missed you. Talking about those Iowas, that Iowa and whatever else the other Tier 9 BB was over there. I was like, those guys can handle that side. Well, they couldn't, right? They ended up getting taken apart by those guys on the far side. And so we ended up dealing with 2 flanks worth of red ships. In this match, we are high tier. We got a couple of 7s, but it looks like a lot of 8s and 9s. Grab my office door because it is toasty this morning. In here. And today we're gonna take rune out and see what we can do. Again, trying to get better at this rune. Been talking about this boat a little bit as I've been playing it. if you've been with the stream for a long time, you've heard me say that my rune is cursed, right? When I first got this boat, I would go out and put up 6-figure damage numbers and lose every battle. You know, so I had like a 30% win rate and an average damage, which, again, this isn't like, trust me guys, you're gonna want to know this number. But it was, you know, it was like 70 or so, 75k, with lots of battles in the 130, 140, 100 kind of range. And so I was out here mostly using HE spamming techniques. And then I tried some other techniques to try to say, okay, well, I got to influence the battle more, and I'm not able to do that from very far range, so I would lean in, and then I would get deleted really quickly. I was kind of struggling with figuring out the best application of rune. And I've started to get to where we're winning matches in it. I think actually right now I have a winning rate. No, I almost had a winning win rate. I'm up to 48.5%, which is 3%, three and a little bit more lower than my average overall. So that's kind of me, mid-range potato at World of Warships. But, you know, again, compared to my average, it's 3.3-ish% low, which means this boat and I are not getting along. That said, we're getting a little bit better at it. I'm learning how to influence. This is very much a mini-map watching boat, and I found that to be really valuable. Keeping your eye on the mini-map, understanding where these guys are, keeping your eye on people's hit points and how weak they are or how strong they are, and looking at ships that can threaten you as well. Leningrad's hard to hit, but I'm going to try it. I think I might get a piece of them. Yeah. Didn't quite lead him enough, though, did I? Yeah, that's a bad shot right there. That's just me making sure that ordnance didn't expire. We're just going to fire. I'm going to send some of these downrange. I wouldn't want them to go bad. Make sure you drink all that milk before it expires. Yeah, like I said, Leningrad's tough to hit, but it can be done. There we go, did it again. Yeah. I'd like to hit Leningrad more often. The other thing I've gotten better at since I first started playing this boat, which has been a long time, is using this spotter plan. Hey, Dr. Evix, welcome to the stream. Dr. Evix made an appearance in our latest YouTube video where he nicked a kill that me and Scott were working on, and I made sure to announce that on the screen. He was actually helping by shooting lots of HE shells over the shoulder, and I can't remember what ship it was. It was some battleship, I think. But yeah, great to have Drevix or Dr. Evix on the show. Throwing a few shells here at this Colorado, getting a few hits on them. This week's video was kill secured, not stolen. Yes, I have no choice but to agree with you. Yeah, that was A-okay. That video is our Orkan video from, I think, 1 or maybe 2 weekends ago. We played the Orkan just to kind of see what it was all about. Talk through that ship. Not one that I have a lot of games in. I think if we had a situation with tier 8 ranked, people would want to know a lot. Like if it was straight tier 8, not 8-9, right? You'd have a lot of people who are curious about the Orkan. I think it'd be a useful piece to explore. One thing Scott and I talked about a little bit yesterday, I think, maybe the day before, was comparison against something like Shenyang, right, with the deep water torps. You could also run radar on it if the radar was what you were interested in. And I think that's probably a worthwhile comparison too. That I'll leave that as an exercise left to the viewer. You know, if you want to go be like, hey, is Shenyang going to be better for my play style? You know, what's the gun velocity? What's the max damage? What's the HE pen? You know, what are the things that I care about? Who just hit me? Right, that Minnesota. What a dork. Yeah, Minnesota, what a dork. Alright. How did... York just got smoked up by either Benson or Fletcher, I guess? Or is that a Benham? Read. I think it's a Benson. Nope, Benham. Oh boy. See, I'm doing the thing I shouldn't do. I've gotten way too close.
敵駆逐艦を全壊したわ。 火災発生よ。消火なさい。
Bouncing my AP off the Ibuki. We're gonna try broadside Nagato salvo. As promised by Chalk, he says this works. Let's see if he's right. Okay, that's already better than I thought.
後方に魚雷を確認。まさか当たらないでしょ。
Uh-oh, we got an expert on our team. So we talked earlier. That was a pretty good hit. We talked earlier about, or at least I talked earlier. You guys are just hanging out, I guess. It's just me flapping my jaw over here alone in my office. We talked a little bit earlier about playing games. There's like a balance between playing games like it's a clan battle, you know, like you can trust everybody on your team, and also not, right? We got a guy who's telling us how to play our boats. That's fine. The other side of the thing I talked about earlier, which was what if we trusted our team, is what if we don't trust our team, right? Apparently that guy trusted our team to do things that he did not communicate to us, or that we simply didn't do. Maybe they were good ideas too, I don't know. But whatever it was, we didn't do them. And so he relied on us to do too much for him. Well, if that's the case, man, you gotta also know that this is an unreliable random number generator. The jokers that are on your team, as we well know, they're always like, it's like that Indiana Jones movie where he's like, everyone's lost but me. You know, no, it's just, they're all random not nerds, right? It's not that you're the best player on your team very often. It does happen. But they're not always going to do what you think they're going to do, or what you think they should do. Now this Nagato here is going to step out 11 kilometers away from me, and if he has half a brain, he's going to have his guns pointed this way. I think he's got other targets. He's probably got a third of a brain. This guy's doing okay. Let's shoot him here. He did just help the Colorado blap that other dude. Okay, not the best. Now, if I had half a brain, I would have stayed behind that island, probably. So, you know, it's oh, thank you. F11, Benson, where are you? I would like to F11 here, but I cannot, so I will just give a general F11 to the room. Yeah, so, you know, you gotta kind of understand that your team's not going to do everything that you expect them to do, and they might also do some really boneheaded things, but I don't know. You gotta drive your own ship. You can't drive anybody else's. Like driving a car, right? You can just drive the one you're in. Lots of defense on this Nagato, but I think I'm gonna have to switch back to HEs for this angle, and that is just the way it is. Oh, as soon as I do, 6,000 damage, 5,600 damage salvo. I cannot believe this guy is not even turning his guns to face me. I guess if I was getting 500 damage salvos from some cruiser, I wouldn't bother with them either. Not as my primary target, especially where he is. He's got the Panto on in his grill here. We're gonna go back to HE spamming. So 62,000 damage on the clock. My average in this boat is now 62,000. So we're getting some work done here. But these battleships are unafraid of my high explosive onslaught at this moment. And this island is going to keep me from participating here for a minute without good spotting. That is, I'm assuming, hostile Leningrad smoke? You have some spotting. And that like little, you know, bench or saddle-shaped island right there is going to let me get a shot, at least for that reload. Next one, I'm going to have to drive around here. Doc says, yeah, APs only get on the broadsides. Angling ruins it, so might as well switch to HE. Yep. I ran a few extra AP salvos just to kind of experiment with that and see how it was working, and it seems like that is exactly right. You got to have a 90-degree flat angle, and these fires are worth getting, you know, especially with Udaloy up there who can farm second and third fires. Although it looks like maybe he's running AP. Oh, this might hurt. Oh, that wasn't too bad. 410s on the Nagato are not getting it done. Neither are my terrible shots. Look at that. Oodle is smoking up like a champion. There's a second fire on Nagato. I'm going to switch to Colorado now. This is one of those scenarios where you've got two battleships that are within range, and they're easy to hit and easy to switch between. I got a fire on that guy, so I'm going to shoot the Nagato once while this guy decides whether or not to use his fire damage control party. Get my hull repair. Switch back to Colorado. If he used DCP, then I gave him long enough for that to expire before I hit him again and maybe get an RNG second fire, or maybe not. And if he didn't, then he's going to burn that whole time anyway. Oops. Bad estimation of his location. We're at 90,000 damage here in the room. We're doing fantastic things. We might be getting another pizza party here if we can get another 85k, 100. 8.5k. There's only 14k on that battleship, and he's leaning in. He wants to come in and die now. So I've got to be thinking about where I'm going to get the rest of that damage if I don't get it from this guy. Ooh, we be close. We be real close. The 8. We did it. That is not one of my talents. But that song is just so peppy. It makes you want to bop your head. We got to go over here and fight these guys at Charlie. Main crew here, Fletcher, Udaloy. Those guys are going to scoop up that alpha kill, or alpha cap, excuse me. So I am just, high-stepping it here to get over to the edge of the world. Now we know on Lazo, right, we talk about using that spotter plane as a way, or not only just the spotter plane, but also, hey, Alter and Quidem, welcome to the stream. Alter and Quidem is a new follower we picked up yesterday. I didn't announce new followers at the start of the stream, but everyone please welcome him if you are so willing. We're going to roll on over here to Charlie, see what we can do about these boats that are over there. We can use our spotter plane to get there faster. In other words, I can be within range of these guys. I think maybe, I'm a little early. I thought maybe I had range. I should have done the math and or known it. Hey, we got some welcomes. Cool, thanks guys. Way to be friendly. So that was a waste of a spotter plane for me. I think my range is now... It wasn't such a waste. I wasted about a third of it maybe, because I can hit mini now. Looks like it reaches out to about 21 and a half with spotter, and that's a number I should have just known, so I knew the appropriate time to use spotter plane. Minnesota's the kind of rune deleter that I don't really want to spend a lot of quality time with. Same with Brindisi, for that matter. Our guys got that guy. We're gonna work the DZ over here. What up, Big D's? Throw some shells at this dude. He's gonna be coming in here. Brindisi's goal is gonna be to get me, because I'm 16 kilometers away. With his sap, he should be shooting me. He might be taking a crack at Azuma. I don't know which one he thinks is a better target for him, but with his sap, he could basically have his pick, essentially. That thing's gonna disassemble lightly armored cruisers, such as myself. In fact, I'm gonna try to switch to AP, because if I can get a piece of his side real quick, that is definitely a target I know we can AP. He's screaming for cruiser. Oh no! Mountain, how much of that is gonna get blocked by the mountain? All of it? That'd be great. Okay, just most. He goes in to use his DZ smoke, and he's going to be approaching those destroyers who are throwing torps at him, which is good for me. I did get a piece of him there, 3k, maybe 3.5k, so that's pretty solid. That'll work for me. I'm not too afraid that we're going to lose this battle at this point. We've got great positioning on these guys. Whenever they get spotted, we should have multiple platforms that are able to deliver shots, torpedoes, whatever, to these dudes. Minnesota is kind of a stout boy. I'm going to switch back to my HGs and be in play and ready to go for peppering that guy with fire shells as soon as we've got the opportunity to do so. There's Minnie. He's got an island protecting him from me right now, but at the same time, that means I've got an island protecting me from him. Because we're kind of ring around the rosy-ing this situation. He's going to stay out of sight for longer than I would like him to. Keeping my rudder straight when you turn, it slows you down. I don't want to be slowed down. I just want to get up in here. Luckily, I can get a couple of shells over that mountain. Start working on my next reload. He should go through unaffected, unfettered, if you will, and they do. We're going to drop some fire on him. That was great. 2,500 damage. We're going to try Chalk's broadside AP again. It's not quite as broadsided as I would like, but he's flattening out as we go. Let's try like right there. I should go steady Minnesota's armor profile as well. I don't actually know it, so okay. Again, that's pretty decent with the 5,000. I think I can handle that. Here come those big Minnesota shells. If I survive this, which I do, I should have a few more opportunities. I'm just gonna hit that hull repair now, rather than not be able to hit it in a second when I take too much damage. A little bit of angle from that guy again. Ooh, and the shells were on their way as I was flattening out my broadside. That could have been dangerous. We'll take away a victory from this game, which is fantastic. I've been needing a big win like that in the Rune, and with 122,673 damage, basically doubled my average of 62,000. Very close to it, at least. Plus, we got the pizza party, some defense, 185 hits. I stayed in the mix while staying out of danger mostly. I did get within 11 clicks of battleships on more than one occasion. Not recommended. But that's how we go. 9 fires certainly boosted the damage we got with Rune. That parks me right there in 4th position with Skada directly behind me. So fantastic. Definitely Fletcher up in the mix, 4 kills, and definitely he was involved in a lot of caps. Our Udaloy did great work too, smoking for heavy. I'm going to give compliments to both of those guys. I'm not always good about doing that, but I do want to throw out compliments to my team and enemy team members who I felt did a really great played a really great match. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Chuck. Did I really? Did I report him? No! Chuck says I reported them, so I'm going to go back and say compliment plays well. Compliment plays well. Oh no, I'll give the Udaloy an extra one. Good manners. He gets a good manners as well. What a mistake. Thank you. So wouldn't that be terrible if I never knew and I just was like, that guy's a real jerk? And Wargame, he's like, really? Okay. Like, Wargame, he's gonna do anything for me. No, Clyde says he's not nice, and that guy has like 100 Twitch followers. Well, okay. All right. Heavy, are you playing games? Are you wanting back in? Or should I scoop up Dravix? All right, man. We'll pull you in for 1 or 2 here, and then if Dravix wants in, we'll swap out for him. Okay, so we are to 10s. We are looking at tier 10s. The time is 10:17 in the AM. Oh, actually, you know what? I was wanting to slip in, before we got to 10, I wanted to slip in a De Ruyter game. Has everybody seen this boat? If you haven't, we should talk about it. So I wanna jump into a De Ruyter. We'll do a tier 4. This boat is interesting. I think I like it. I think it feels, one thing Skada pointed out to me, so I'll steal his comment and share it with you guys, is he said it feels like a more modern boat than a tier 4 should. And I was like, I guess. And I went out and I played it, and he's like, yeah. He's like, when you're shooting, you know, what was it, St. Louis's in it, it feels weird or whatever, right? Yeah, it's a good-looking boat, Alteran says, and he's right. I think the airplane on it is kind of funky looking and cool. No torpedoes on the De Ruyter, but it does have 3 barrels up front and 4 barrels out back. It's rather svelte. It looks pretty modern. I believe the boat was, I think they say it was laid down in 1936. Let's see what it says. Entered service 1936, excuse me. Laid down much before that probably. And ships in a series 1, so there was only one De Ruyter. Hang on, we got a campaign we're going to go claim stars for. Turn that one on again because I know I'm going to do it. So yeah, only one De Ruyter ever made, which is cool. Scotto tells me, because he was reading up on some of the history, he's interested in that kind of stuff, and so am I, that De Ruyter fought in the Pacific and was sunk by Miyoko. So there's a nice tie to another ship that we have in World of Warships there from a historical perspective. So again, a pretty good looking boat. This is just one of its basic, the Type 5 camouflage that I've put on here. So these would appear to be the colors that are going to be associated with the camouflages for the Netherlands line, the Dutch line. This boat doesn't have any of the crazy tricks that we expect from the Dutch ships because it's tier 4, right? You're not going to get airstrike or anything like that until we hit a higher tier. If we look at the equipment here, acoustics, spotting aircraft, I think one of those is swappable. I think you can swap the spotter for a fighter if you would like, but that's not a good trade. Keep the spotter, it's worth more. They give you a captain. So if you're not interested in tier 4s for any reason other than training the captain, that's a good reason to be there. You're going to need a Dutch captain at some point, and they throw you a 6-point captain. You can get this boat for free with Prime Gaming, and I can actually, let me throw that link in chat. You guys probably all already have it, but if you don't, I want to be hooking you up. So hang with me for just 1 second. Oop. Yeah, so with Prime Gaming, you can go there. If you haven't linked your Amazon Prime and World of Warships account, you're going to need to do that, but you can throw that in there. And then also, if you guys play World of Tanks, we don't talk about tanks a lot on this channel anymore, although I used to stream it, but I'm really bad at it. I may do some tank content in the future, but if you do World of Tanks, you can go here. They have like a ninja commander you can get for your tank for some reason, which, hey, why not? Free commander for your tanks. So I recommend going and checking that out as well. But yeah, claim those 2 items. Hopefully you got the G.I. Joe content for tanks earlier. I was very excited about this. So we've got an Ishizuchi coming from Skadahurt. We've got a Dante Alighieri, and I'll take out the De Ruyter to level up Konrad van Ginkel, my captain. That is not a Dutch accent in any world. Yeah, just not great at all. Go in here and find my Dutch captain, so when we're done I can update his experience points in my spreadsheet. Yeah, Drevix up there comments, when I played mine there were like 5 on each team. Yeah, I've seen that where there's been, maybe not 5, but I've seen 3 or 4 on a side. We might see 5 on a team here with the De Ruyter today. We'll find out when we pop into battle here. Doesn't look like an unreasonable number of cruisers in queue, so my guess is that we'll have a reasonable number of De Ruiters per side. It's not like 30 cruisers, 8 battleships, and 5 destroyers, right? It's 985 right now, battleships, cruisers, destroyers. So we'll kind of see what kind of lands in our squads and our teams here, and take it from there. Dante Alighieri, Italian BB of Tier 4 fame, Ishizuchi, premium IJN battleship, been in the game for a long time. I have an absurd number of games in the Ishi. Let me look that up real quick. Now I'm curious. Go back to my page. Yeah, I have 71 games in the Ishizuchi with a 62% win rate, which is far better than I deserve to have in any ship. But obviously, a factor of that course comes from playing against low-tier players. I haven't played that boat in a long time, so back when I played all those battles, there were not bots in Tier 3 and Tier 4 and Tier 5 matches. That wasn't a thing like it is now. So I was at least playing against humans, but they were probably inexperienced humans. And also the Ishi is just an incredible fireboat. If you run HE on it, you can do great work. AP's fine, but the fires that it can light are pretty impressive. So HE fire chance on this thing is 11% with a max damage of 2150, reload time of 9 seconds. So, you know, you're going to get a bunch of shots out there every minute. Somewhere between 6 and 7. AP's max damage is 3000. I found this to be a fairly effective armor-piercing platform against other cruisers. These Danaes, those are just asking to get Citadel. Look at that, just one Deroiter per side. We got Kamikazes, or excuse me, Kumas, Danaes, Ishisuchi on the other side across from Skada. We got a Kaiser across from Heavy. The Dante with its dual stacks. Thought it was kind of a weird looking look. Gets the job done. All right. I'm gonna kind of drift over here, just thinking about how this line is behaving. Spotter playing again at Tier 4 is kind of cool. I think there are a ton of cruisers that have. Look at that. There's an Iwaki in here. What? Get out of here with your rare boat. How many battles does that guy have? Oh shit. I mean, sorry. Mine apologies. Mine apologies. Let's see. Where's this Iwaki guy? He only has 4,000 battles, which is a lot of games, don't get me wrong. But he's got 64% win rate in the Iwaki with 364 battles in that boat. That's awesome. That is a rare sighting, people. And you saw it right here on Clyde Play. I can't even sell that myself. I just can't even do it. Now we're gonna shoot this Svetlana. Svetlana is a slow tubba boat that just kind of bebops along, but it's got a lot of guns. If you haven't fought a Svetlana, you haven't probably played a lot of Tier 4 warships. But it's there. Got a little fire on her. It's got great torp angles and short-range torps. If it had long-range torps, longer-range torps, it would have been so fun to play this Svetlana. Also, it's very slow. This Svetlana is doing a lot of driving and not much shooting at me, and I know it's got guns on that side. I know it's got guns on that side of the boat, and it should have been using them. We're going to switch to APs here because the Danae is literally a floating Citadel and a robot. I should be able to get Citadels on this guy. Let's see. Let's try it. Yeah, we got one. I love this guy. What? Oh, come on. I mean, good job, team. We've secured the kill. I'm going to come around here. Torpedo boat. Man, I wish I could speak Dutch or any other language really well. Wyoming is rolling in here. Confident as the day is long. But he didn't expect to encounter the Dutch who shattered every shell against him. These Nederlanders are making it happen. Okay. Yeah, by now, I'm sure most folks have played the Deroiter. Hey, Thomas, welcome to the stream. Got HEs in the tube, so we're gonna run those. But if we get our APs reloaded, we'll chuck those into this guy.
Torpedo's, recht voor ons.
Torpedoes! Citadel for the Kuma as well. I'm telling you, I think this is going to be a pretty decent boat. A pretty decent line too, especially you know, we know that these things are going to turn into super cruisers up high on the list.
Torpedo's aan stuurboord.
Steerboard? Yeah, we're doing the steerboarding. Now, we like to tell Thomas that we know what country in Europe he's from, and he likes to tell us we're wrong. He said I was close a couple of weeks ago when I guessed Greece. Or, excuse me, not where he's from, but where he lives. But now I have to assume he lives in the Netherlands, because we joked about that once already. Yeah. But now that these boats are out, it's more fun to joke about that again. Steerboard. All right, Wyoming should be dealing with me, and he is not. I know he's got more than one problem. Oh, here come the guns. He's coming my way. I better get pointed towards him here, so we're going to do that. We're going to crank the wheel. Nah, Thomas, we're not going to hassle you anymore. We're just playing. I mean, you know, we might hassle you some more. Let's be real. Oh, no, I've been Wyominged. Oh, I forget this thing has no torpedoes, which is why the captain's always yelling about torpedo boots. I think torpedo boots is like when you, I don't know. It's like something about their wooden shoes, but I hard to understand for an uneducated schlub like me. Well, yeah, I mean, sure. Blues. There's a lot of countries in Europe, you know? There's Albania. Okay. So we weren't too far off with Greece then. Where are my guys at? We got Ishi's right behind me. Dante is up here getting in people's business. Cyprus. Albania is close to Greece. What else is over there? It's the one that's right north of Greece. Is that Bulgaria? Thank you. I was a 4th grade Geography B champion, so I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I know where a couple of places are, but not all of them. Yeah. No, I don't know, man. There's a lot of countries over there. I don't know where they all are. Macedonia and Croatia. That's pretty good. Well, thank you. I know that Americans are not always good at knowing where stuff is that isn't in America, so I find that unfortunate for my countrymen. So I'm like, come on, guys. Aren't maps interesting? Don't you think that stuff is cool? Alteran's got it right. This guy must have seen a globe before. Yeah, exactly. It's and with all the access we have to, you know, Google Maps and stuff. I don't know. Maps are rad. We should all know more about the world around us. It's a good thing. Ishii over here does not want me to take his base. I'm gonna try this guy's AP. If I survive this salvo, and I will, because I use my brakes like a smart person, I'm gonna try using AP on this Ishii-Suchi. Now we know the Ishii doesn't have the biggest guns, it doesn't have the biggest armor either, but I don't know if the De Ruyter can do anything to it. I'm not getting quite as favorable of an angle there as I want. Come on, rudder, shift. Yes. Where are those airplanes going? Oh no, don't escape. We would like to stay in this game. Here we go. Malta. Malta's an island in the Mediterranean. Now we haven't even considered the fact that Thomas could be in like Tunisia or Libya or Egypt or something. But I don't think he would have hit on the Greek thing as hard if he was in Egypt, right? Because there's a much different, cultural relevance that would come into play there. I'm gonna have to pull up a map. That is true, and you've mentioned this in the past, right? You live somewhere different than where you're from. Because maybe you're like from Norway, but you live in Croatia or something, right? That would make sense. I mean, not that specific arrangement, but like, yes, roger that. Ishii is running away. And we know we got a carrier. I'm guessing carrier is probably... I haven't really been watching where his planes are going back to here. Maybe he's around the corner here like they sometimes do. They like to hide over there. Well, that comes from playing Axis and Allies or Hearts of Iron, you know. Well, that's true, yeah. Langley is not around the corner. He's just chilling over there. I'm going to switch to Langley because I think I can AP him better. Okay, like a Bosnia, Croatia, Albania, former Yugoslavian Balkan state place. I'm going to have to look at a map. I know there's a few. And Scott mentioned like Macedonia, right? Like that's kind of in that region, I think. I'm trying not to look at a map though. It's much more fun that way. There's one over there that I'm a Confederate. You guys, look at how I am deroitering the competition. This whole stream is now a GeoGuessr stream. Like, we're just playing. Oh, Montenegro and Herzegovina. There you go. Alteran's getting in there. By the way, stay off of Google Maps, you guys. This is we're playing 2 games today. Yeah. There we go. Iwaki A, unsurprisingly at the top of the board. Bravo, sir or madam. Yeah. We threw out the Bosnia suggestion. Thomas is back there chuckling because he lives in Latvia. He's just, you know, it's a wild goose chase. Now, see, this is an area of ignorance that I have, right? So there was Czechoslovakia, and now I don't know what's become of that country. I feel like it's like 2 countries now, and I don't remember if it's Slovakia and something else, or if it's. So I can't recall what that region is. Yeah, like it's split up, right? And I don't know what they all are. Well, Yugoslavia is like 5 countries, but like Czechoslovakia was north of Yugoslavia and kind of like this shaped back in like the 80s, right? Yeah, there we go. Rebranded as a fun way to say that, I guess. Yeah. But I think I got the feel. I'm going to Google Maps. We're doing this. It's part of a marketing effort. To sell more t-shirts. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there. Kosovo. And there's Montenegro. I've gone to the map. We're just looking. Now, this is absolutely, you do not have to tell us where you live. Slovenia is one that we have not called out. Serbia. I think we talked about Serbia. Macedonia. And North Macedonia? Is that its own country? But it's south of... Oh, no, hang on. Yeah. North Macedonia. Yeah, we're gonna leave him alone. Let's leave Thomas alone. All right. That was the De Ruyter battle. Let's go up to tier 10, and we'll throw down one of those. Yep. You're digging that? Hey, man. It's we're all about it. Bulgaria was the one I was thinking of when I was talking about north of Greece earlier. But again, we're getting off this geography train. We are going to go play a tier 10 battle. World of Warships is happening. That is what this is. If anyone has joined the stream and you're wondering what the crap is going on, well, World of Warships is going on. I'm going to collect a container here. We've got some signals for some reason. I think I'm getting containers for missions and such. I was watching a stream the other day where a guy was like, I always take the signals container. And I thought, really? I always take the coal container. Like, don't we all want coal all the time? But, he had some reasons about, staying in the mix with paints and signals. And maybe that's what he needed, right? It's coal all the way, right? That's what I'm thinking. Oh, congrats on the Marceau. That's fantastic. Yeah, I've got my coupon and I'm trying to decide. I need to probably spend my coupon on a coal boat, and Marceau's pretty high on my list. We're throwing open some containers here, and then we're going to grab a tier 10 boat. Yeah, I think right now I'm a little low on steel to where that's not going to do me any good. But at least not until the next coupon's probably back. So I'm comfortable spending my coupon on coal this time, because I think I've got like 13,000 steel, or maybe 14 or something. It's pretty low. But if I do some more ranked, we do some more clan battles, get some wins in there and stuff, like maybe by the time the next coupon's in session, I can start shopping the steel shelf at the store again. Right. All right, Jack Dunkirk. Thunder was probably a good pickup as it was departing the game. I'm trying to get better at this Plymouth. If you guys were here last Sunday, you got to watch me playing the Plymouth in clan battles towards the end of the night. That's probably something I'm going to try again. It was going pretty well for me. It's got a lot of tools and tricks, and as long as you have solid support. Ooh, we got an Elbing coming in from Skada and a Summers from Heavy. This is kind of a dirtbag division. We got an early adopter on the new German Tier 10. We got a Summers and a Plymouth, 2 limited access ships, right, because of the currencies involved in getting them. That's pretty cool. But I was having some pretty good luck with the Plymouth, I think, later on in our session last week. We know this week is Father's Day here in the United States, so it's a holiday that a lot of families are going to spend together. We may have a tough time fielding our team because some of the dads are going to be out there doing Father's Day things. If that's the case, we'll probably run a stream tomorrow afternoon, about 4 p.m. our time, which is probably awfully early for folks in Europe. And yeah, today's Juneteenth. It's a brand new federal holiday for us here in the United States. It celebrates the end of slavery in our country. It's a holiday they've been celebrating in Texas for many, many years. And we wanted to roll that out to the larger country. So it's another day that we're getting used to observing. It's a big deal for us over here. So we're excited about that and all the progress that represents. And we, of course, recognize we've got a lot of distance to go. And so here we are. In this battle, I am going to roll up here in the Plymouth. Texas, you know, it's sort of the Macedonia of the United States. Yeah, thank you, Skada. I'm going to run up over here to these islands off of Bravo, kind of on that Bravo Charlie side, and see what's going on. I think this is it's a relatively new holiday to most folks in America, but I think it's one of those things that's happening, and like other changes in our lives, we're going to lean in and learn what it means for us and figure it out. Good stuff. Yeah, good comment. From here, like I said, we're going to roll up in here and see what Bravo's all about. Maybe see what Charlie's all about. And of course, as usual, Skada's dressed to the nines with the Iron Cross camo on the Elbing. Check this out. 34,400 hit points. Let's see, how many do I have? 41,000 hit points. Yeah, Skada says in chat, we have a similar hit point pool and play style, don't we, Plymouth? Yes, we do. Heavy's up in there. He's already got his nose pointed out of the cap. He's ready for the escape if he needs to make it, and he might. We got Petro coming up 13 kilometers from me, which means he's about 9 kilometers from Summers, which means we could dump a radar on Heavy at any moment. If we do that, it'll be a short radar, probably 20, 22 seconds, but it's something that Summers is going to have to deal with. Austin's up in there too. Not real wild about that. I'm detected by somebody. I'm going to try to get out of Skada's way here, but I'm going to do a real shitty job of it. Oh boy. Sorry, buddy. There we go. Okay. Des Moines over here is a real son of a bee, if you ask me as well. But if I can help our boys bring them down, that will bring me untold amounts of play. Little tactical beach there by the Plymouth. Shore leave for the crew here. Why is this enemy or this friendly Des Moines in here with us? Oh, you get torpedo booting. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep backing up. Going backwards. Avoid the torps. Whew. Need some soft jazz. Oh, that guy's gonna blame me for his death, and it is not my fault. What? No! How did I see this? How did I not see this? I am alone and afraid. I'm supposed to be alone and unafraid. How long is this? 45-second radar. Okay, so I'm gonna come back around here. We got Thunderer out this away. Petropavlovsk. Okay.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy destroyer detected.
Gotta get some shells rained down on this Austin here while we're doing our things. He's gonna dive in front of that torpedo from the Summers. I like the sound of that. Well done.
Good game, everyone.
For the Summers. Corpse out, thank you, Heavy. Austin's in big trouble.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Get some shots out on that dude.
All forces, provide cover for that target.
Shots out for Austin. Got his attention focused elsewhere. Oh my gosh, get one of those guns off, or one of those sets of guns off. There we go. Just a small tap on him, not a big deal. Should have put torps out on that guy. I forget that I have them sometimes. I am radared. So I'm gonna swing the old guns around this way. Or the rudder, I mean. Excuse me. Keep my guns on this side of the boat. Radar seems to be gone. Now I think we've got more radars available to radar me. So I don't think I'm exactly safe.
Smoke generator activated.
Okay, Austin is done. I'll work on this Petro, and I'm gonna try to do it from cover.
Smoke screen set.
Get some slapping out there. One thing I really dig about the Plymouth is it seems to be able to damage pretty much any ship. I don't see a ton of shattering shells on pretty much any targets. I mean, it will shatter shells, and when at the end of the match, you'll be like, "Wow, I shattered 40% of my shells," or whatever, depending on what you're shooting at. If you can hit the things, which I can't seem to hit this Minotaur. Having to shoot some wacky shots at this guy. Those are just kind of suboptimal. He's sort of a suboptimal target for me. But if you can hit the stuff, it'll damage. There we go. Which is not always true for all boats. But it seems to do well with that. There's some torpedoes coming to get me.
Torpedoes to port.
Oh no! These torpedoes are coming to get me. Plymouth is fairly maneuverable. I don't know if it's enough to dodge. I should be okay. Aha! Not today, probably Gearing, I assume, or Holland maybe. Whom we've never seen apparently. Oh my gosh. Come on guys, about the Holland. 20 seconds till smoke. I'm gonna wait for that smoke before I take shots here. A great opportunity on this Yamato, and I wish I was able to shoot him right now. But I think I'm kind of encircled here a little bit. I'm probably gonna shoot about now. I know I can smoke up pretty quickly after that. Before most folks can
Smoke
react.
generator activated.
And let me get in another half a salvo, essentially, right? Yeah, so we're going to keep these going. Just trying to get him to land right on top of that thing. Yamato's a big target. It shouldn't be hard to hit him. You know, look at that. You're seeing bounces. You're seeing shatters, right? I've got a bad angle on this guy. I'm actually kind of surprised at how many I'm getting. I usually should have... There's a few damaging or pens there, right? We want to be getting some number of pens every time, obviously. But, Yamato's doing a pretty good job of shrugging some of those off. I must be shooting a little short, maybe, and hitting the side of the boat for those bouncers. Salem stepped out, and he's coming towards us. We can deal with the guy coming towards us. Let's get a few shelly shells landed all up on him. Oh, you guys. Happening all day? Adjusting the green screen. Oh, that's funny. I did not even notice that. I meant to check that this morning. Imperfect green screening for an hour and 50 minutes. Dang. Okay. Production quality on this show's really gone downhill for the Saturday streams. It's like they don't even care. Let's go fight a Salem. I feel like we're winning. I'm not putting up huge numbers. We got 36K on. Average in this boat for me right now is 48, which is orange. It's not great. I'm probably prioritizing staying alive over taking damage. One thing that the Plymouth is really bad at is surviving heavy AP salvos, right? So if you're getting AP'd by virtually any ship consistently and continuously, the Plymouth is going to struggle to stay alive. So I've definitely prioritized staying alive, which has led to a good win rate. I got a 56% win rate over 25 games, but 48,000 damage is low for a tier 10 cruiser. So kind of expecting to meet this Salem over here, which, speaking of ships that can deliver a lot of AP at me, here's one. Got more problems than me, though, so I think his attention's going to be divided, which is why I don't have a lot of fear about shooting at him. Had a bad shot the first, or not a bad shot, I just didn't lead him quite enough. The second one here should be better. A little bit. Oof, but all shatters and bounces. And this, after I advertised that this boat can hit anything. Kind of a humdrum game. This one's just been going. Sort of. Not a lot of high action this match.
Victory is in sight.
Is that Holland AFK? No, he's got a kill. Been playing Warships. Nice torps there, Heavy.
With coordinated allied spotting, this Plymouth is just it just rains hell down on people. It's awesome.
Smoke generator activated.
Salem is leaning in. He knows
Smoke screen
it's
set.
over. An AP me, and I gave him the broadside. I figured he was going to radar me and take a shot. And look at how fast it can shoot. Oh, he might kill me. Good demonstration of what's possible. Please win the game before I die. Thank you. Point gain. We were at like 991 when that guy started just Saleming me. Salem's pretty good at slinging some of that stuff. So like I said, average damage is 48,065, and this was 49,487. So right there in the mix with the average. 181 shots, 70 pens, and look at that, 81 ricochets, 28 non-pens. That feels a little high to me this time, but maybe not. I hit the average damage. I got a lot of hits. Maybe that's just what it does every time. I do know that if you can catch a battleship or a heavy cruiser that's sitting there and you can drop shells right on top of them, you know, those 5,000-6,000 salvos, not impossible to get. I had a 12,000 damage salvo against an Alaska, or not Alaska, Puerto Rico in a clan battle last week. So you can do great things with the Plymouth. Again, team score, I think that's where I belong, is bottom third there. I didn't get a ton done, frankly. So yeah, good match for Heavy McD in the summers though. Very solid match. I want to sneak in an extra tier 10. We're going to starting at tier 6 with our rotation like we did this week, so we have time to throw down an extra tier 10, just to kind of play a few more of these boats and work on getting comfortable with them as we go. So I'm going to ready up another 10 here, and looks like Heavy McD has departed, so thanks, man. Good games. Take Hayate out because I'm going to figure this boat out too. Plus, it's freaking beautiful. A lot of folks, people who know I have the Hayate have been asking me, cool, hey, thanks for stopping by, Thomas, have fun. People who know I have the Hayate are asking me, should I get the Hayate? Is it worth 2 million free XP? If you're looking for a boat that's fun to figure out, and that has its uses, I think Hayate is fine. I don't think you need to go. I don't think you need to have a Hayate because it's, oh my gosh, it's so overpowered. It's the FDR of destroyers. Like, it's none of those things. So don't buy it if you're thinking it's going to change the way you understand destroyers. Bon appetit, indeed. But I think it's a good boat. I think it's an interesting kind of hybrid approach between sort of a gunboat and a shimakaze. So we'll see how it goes, right? I've only got 5 battles in it so far. Average damage is low. It's 34,000. And I've only won one of those battles. Now, 1 out of 5 is it's total random nonsense. We'll see, you know, when I have 20 battles, when I have 30 battles in it, what my win rate really winds up being. Right now, it's not looking strong, and my damage is looking low. So, we'll see. I do like the way the ship looks. I like the 2 turrets out back, 1 turret up front thing. Torpedo reload is a little bit long at 153 seconds with my configuration. It does have a torpedo reload booster. And it does shoot its guns relatively quickly at 3.5 seconds. 6 barrels, 127 millimeter IJNHE with 21 millimeter pen. Now that pen is low. It's not quite high enough to cut through cruisers and things at tier 10. But in Japanese destroyers, you don't really want to fight cruisers at tier 10. I think I need to rebuild this boat. So that it's a torpedo captain, torpedo configuration, whatever. We got people arguing about RPF. You know, and focus on the focus on the torpedoes with it, and then think about how the guns are really used primarily for DD defense, right? That low pen, unless you want to spend points making that pen better, which cuts down your fire chance and things like that, that low pen's going to be great for cutting down destroyers, but not so great for working on cruisers, battleships, and whatever. You know, so I don't know. We're figuring it out. Signal flares. Spinning my guns. Got us in here. We're expecting Shimmatorps, but not for a while. Shimmatorps haven't reloaded yet. I know because mine reload, I think, faster than theirs, and
Торпеды прямо по курсу.
nope, they are ready. Great.
Торпеды слева по борту.
Oh gosh, don't
Двигатель
hit
в
me.
форсированном режиме.
See, this is what these guns are for. I think. Let's find out. Shimma got a
Пожарная
great
тревога.
fire on me. Good for him. I am running in rapid
Неполадки
torpedo reload
устранены.
booster mode, so I do not have smoke. We will see if... oh no, I missed. Yeah, he's got a lot of friends over here. I got Skada working with me. Can't really see where I'm driving right now because I'm shooting at this guy. Oof, this is not stellar play.
Пожарная тревога.
And we lost sight of him. Oh, I got him. Woo! Thank
Эсминец
goodness.
врага потоплен.
Because it cost me half of a frickin' Hayate to get him. That's the thing I worry about with this. Like, why wouldn't I take
Неполадки устранены.
Grozovoy over it? A lot of people don't think Grozovoy is that powerful of a destroyer, but it's really good at a lot of things. Or at least it's sufficiently good at a lot of things. Similar torpedo reload time. It doesn't have a torpedo reload booster, but it does have a hull repair and smoke and turbo AA. And guns that don't reload quite as fast. That's true. But not by a ton. I'm working on this boat, and I will get to where I understand this boat, and I know what it's strong and weak at. You know, at the end of the day, is it worth 2 million free XP? No. Is it kind of cool to have a rare boat that literally nobody else I know will ever have, probably? Yeah, it's pretty cool. And if somebody else gets it, by all means, that's cool too. But I got no beef with that scenario. That's the other thing, is it's an 8-second rapid torpedo reload, which is a little
Двигатель
bit
в
long,
штатном режиме.
if you ask me. Because look at the gap between these torps and those ones, which means they're going to see those ones first. Those ones are going to make them turn, so I have to make a different decision with these. I haven't decided if I think that 8-second gap is good or bad. It might actually be good. It might let you use the first torp to encourage a corner, and or the first launch, and then the second launch, you know, to kind of clean things up or whatever, or to come around and look how fast those torps are. What we got over here? Smallland with his rapid boy torps. We can't tell if I'm going to hit him with that or not. I think not. Oh, I did get one. I'll take it. Cool. So Puerto Rico's our only radar over there that we can see right now. I am going to step back into Alpha, and we are going to take this cap. Immelman, torpedo. I don't want to tangle with that guy. We're going to roll over here. I am spotted, so let's get the AA going. Good AA on the Hayate. Not amazing, but good. What I don't like is this guy's spotting me. Apparently I can outrun these torpedoes though, so that's good. Oh shit, I didn't see those. I didn't see those! I'm being spotted. Ooh, that sucks. Go see what Skada's up to. Ocean, the most historically realistic map, but not the most dynamic when it comes to using geography to make things go well for you. So let's get a close look at this Elbing.
Capture that area.
I don't have an Elbing yet. I'm going to zoom in free camera style. Let's take a look at this thing. He's got 2 guns, 2 double turrets out back, single double turret out front. You can see about the pace of his reload. It's not super fast, but we know we've got the larger caliber guns with this line. It looks very modern. I like the modern looking smokestacks. It looks like kind of like a cutter or something today. Like that looks like a pretty good boat. And of course he's got the dual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 torpedo launchers. Dual 5 torp launchers. I assume these torps are still slow, like we're seeing with the other ships in this line. But probably they do okay damage. This boat is very long. Look how big this thing is. This looks like a tier 6 cruiser, right? Like just scale-wise. It looks more modern than a tier 6 cruiser tends to look in this game. Skada is fighting over A, but he's not throwing his hull into it, and that's probably smart. I went in there, got caught out by the airplanes. By the way, 26,000 damage is going to lower my average damage from 34 to less than 34. We'll see, I guess, how that goes altogether. The life raft just strapped right there to the deck for no reason. Come on, get that up off the floor. Isn't that the wrong place for that? Maybe that's where the guys sit and eat lunch. It's on these life rafts. This is a tough corner. Like, check this place out. Look at this literal fleet the enemy has that's pulling up over here in this corner. We've got a gearing over here who is harrying this Yamato. He's going to throw some torpedoes at him. The gearing with the Captain rework gets to keep its 16-point-something kilometer torpedoes, which is great in an ocean map. Like, you can sling those across the whole world. We just made a connection with this guy, it looks like. You can swing those across the whole world, and there's no island to stop them. The carrier has no place where you can just kind of like stuff it in behind an island. That's a cool camo on the Immelman. I didn't know they had a camo like this. The green on it, that looks really good. So, you know, if you can shoot to the edge of the map with your torps, and carrier's over there somewhere, you might get them, you know? And this is true for things like Shimakaze and stuff like that as well. Yoshino's long guns are probably going to do okay in here, but he's got to make sure he does not get his broadside out there to get Citadel. That's a big shells coming in on Montana. Somebody took a chunk out of him. This must have come from Kremlin. I'm imagining the Conqueror down there is going to be running HEs. These guys are about to bump noses, and that's going to put the Yoshino off. Montana got to carry away there. It's got to still putting shots out. These torps are going across him, so they're not going to threaten him. He's perfectly safe there as he keeps these 150s. See how these land. Little chunks, right? I mean, that was not an insignificant number of hit points off the Montana. I'd be kind of interested to see over time. You know, a long time ago, Heavy McD and I did a bunch of math with the Atlanta. We took the Atlanta out and we ran 2 or 3 games with IFHE when that was a new skill. We ran 2 or 3 games without IFHE. We did a bunch of math and said, okay, we know what the max damage is. We know what the expected damage is based on the data, the sample data we collected. And we found out that IFHE was actually better for Atlanta, at least at that time in 2018 or whatever. So that might not be true today. I don't know. Firework going off here with Elbing. I think Scott is running. What's his name? All I can think of is Franz von Jutland. That's not it. It's the secondary's battleship captain. Luchens. Gunther Luchens. Dark Cabbage. Marceau's screen name is Dark Cabbage. That's pretty good. I'm going to go grab a beverage while this battle sorts itself out. This is a close and interesting battle, but right now there seems to be a lot of just making sure you're not the closest guy. So Skada and the Marceau here are both in trouble as a result of being those closest guys to the enemy line. There's very much a firing squad thing that happens here, and Skada used his smoke pretty well there to create a geography feature that just simply didn't exist in this battle. So let me park the camera here in the corner. I am gonna go grab a beverage real quick. I'll be right back, and then we'll find our next battle. Hang with me. Hey, 98K, man, that's solid. That is fantastic. I had 26K, so I'm gonna bounce out of this battle. But yeah, 98, that's serviceable. You sat there in smoke, plugging dudes for 98K. No islands in the way, but not a lot of spotters by the time I was dead and that other destroyer kind of moved on. You wound up without a ton of spotting, but of course, thanks to Ocean, anybody shooting is spotted. So that worked out pretty nicely for you. That's good. Yeah. I'm excited about that line because of that ship. But like Chalk was saying, I'm not sure I'm really wild about, Z31 in particular so far is not, spicing me up. I'm not stoked about it. All right, naval battles. Who's playing this? Oh, Powered is playing. I want to play Warships, but what ships should we play? Yeah, I saw that. Did you have a early proc? It seemed like I saw a firework launch from your ship like at the very beginning of that game. I don't know how Lucian's works. Yeah, that was a bit of a struggle game. We were ahead there for a sec, but then we didn't stay ahead. I want to take my Caracciolo out. Let's go play Caracciolo. But it's been kind of a chill stream. I feel like I'm a little low on energy today. I was up rather late, which probably didn't help. So, if you're still with us, I appreciate it. Like that. I think that's great. I played a game in this last night where I got 4 kills and 110k. And I felt just really strong in it, and I've been running the AP as my main armament in this boat, even though it's got a whole gag reel about why you should run SAP more. The AP on this boat just seems to do work, so let's go out and see if we can show that off today. AP a thing or two. Caracciolo. Oh man. Those of you with lawns, the Scott's app just popped up with a notification. Scott's not a sponsor of the show because that would be the weirdest sponsor I could possibly imagine. Actually, I bet you there's a lot of dads who play this show who have lawns they care about. But it just popped up and it says, explore these yard cleanup tips after Brood X dies out 4 to 6 weeks following their emergence because cicada season is here. So Scott's has some way to help you get a rake out and scrape up all the cicada carcasses. It should know that I don't have a cicada problem in my region, but maybe I don't let them know my location. I don't know. That's an East Coast problem. Yeah, and even when they're out, you know what's funny is the 1 year I lived on the East Coast was 17 years ago. So I lived on the East Coast through like mega cicada season. And so like, that's what I thought it was like every year. I had no idea. And on to be fair, that entire year I lived there, which was the last time we had the mega brood, I never actually saw one ever. They hang out in the trees and they like molt in the trees, and it's disgusting. But like, if you don't go climb in a tree or something because you're an adult, like you're fine. And so like, yeah, I never really experienced like the worst of it, I guess. But I also thought that like Super Brood or whatever it's called, the 17-year cycle, was normal. And so in subsequent years, I've been back in the East Coast and stuff and visited during the summer when cicadas are active. And it always isn't quite as bad as I remembered it, you know. But what a mess. The funny thing. They're just so loud. I cannot believe how loud they are. Okay, we are gonna start rolling along. It's a cicada chat right here on Clyde Plays Live. Something you're not gonna get with the other streamers, probably. Actually, there's no way. There's not some East Coast streamer. It's like, I was out in my yard fighting cicadas this morning, and let me tell you, they were feisty. It's a feisty brood this season. All right, we're gonna back up the Tone. We got a Tone on our team. That's a half carrier, half battleship, or half cruiser hybrid. Hey, we should take the Issei's out after this. That'd be fun. Did I just play like a bunch of tech tree boats? No, I played the Pef. I played Hayate. Okay. I feel like I just worked on boats that I'm grinding, which I always find less appealing. I already ground all the lines that I really like, you know, and so now I'm just left with a couple of these other ones. We're making progress though. I'm excited. We're gonna have Hindenburg here pretty quickly. That'll be another tier 10 to add to my stable. I'll get another super container at Christmas time. That'll be cool. I like the Caracciolo, to be fair. This is a new line. Scott is unimpressed with the upper tier battleships, and maybe I'll get there and have the same experience. We'll find out. His takes don't tend to be too bad in my estimation. He's got his hood out today. One of my favorite battle cruisers in this game, and one he's working on getting a little better at. Benson's up here and deserves our support. I'm gonna crank my wheel this way. We got 8s in here, but is that as high as they go? Yeah, they just go to 8s. Okay. We can fight 8s if we have to fight 8s. Here's the Farragut. Slap this guy. Just throwing in AP shells at him because it's what I got, right? I'm all good. And he's turning sideways. Not a great way to be, but I know he's really trying to get into that cover. Oof, good splash, but no damage on him. I missed. Yeah, Scotto's comment there is pretty astute. Sometimes that's the way it is, right? That's like me and my Minotaur, right? It doesn't feel good, but I'm doing the right stuff, you know? Peace, love, etc. That's a pretty good screen name. Funny. Farragut's stepping back out again. Oh, that's a bad estimate. Oh, we got a piece of him, 1 over pen. I'll take it. Okay. Okay. There he is again. I'm keeping him at a distance where he's outside my torpedo or his torpedo range, but he is going to be able to get me on fire because that Farragut has a pretty good gun armament. I'm going to ignore him and shoot the Nagato. Nagato looks like he's going slow. See if he really is. See my guns around here. One 1200 damage over pen on Nagato. Now there's Farragut. Can we just kill this guy? I didn't used to do that. What I just did right there is I called out a target that was almost dead to my team. I didn't used to do that. Because I was like, no, I should take the kill for myself. Oh, F off, pal. Hang on, I have to be angry about that for a minute. No, I'm good. I was always like, man, I should take the kill for myself. It's mine. But like, no, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is winning. So I want my team to close the deal on those nearly dead guys. There may be times when I'm not going to call it out because I've got a rapid reloading cruiser or something or destroyer, and I'm like, I got this, you know. That's okay too. But like that guy, I was like, I'm more effective if I use a salvo of this against Nagato or Albemarle or something. Just got absolutely dumped. This is actually kind of a poor game that's happening with this thing. Okay. Nagato. Do anything cool with these shells? No, he's turning. And that I've gotten exactly 4 overpens for 1,200 damage each this battle. We are not getting it done. Yeah. Oh, Vladivostok. No, thank you. I can think of one ship in this battle I don't want to fight. It's probably that guy. But apparently my gunners don't want to fight anybody because we can't hit anything. One is forward deployed over here. He's like, I want to be in the mix. Playing the hybrid carrier cruiser seems like it would be really weird for me because cruiser positioning tends to be ahead of battleship positioning in normal cruisers, right? That should be a hit. Come on, give me something big. Okay, that's my biggest hit of the game, but it's not a big hit. I guess I didn't specify. So like trying to figure out where to park a tonade where you can feel safe launching your planes would be really difficult, I think. Unless you just kept it in the back, right? I guess it'd be fine. Then it feels like your team's missing out on cruiser support up front. Tonade's interesting. I'll have to think about how I would employ that one. Now there we go. 11,000 damage. Now watch me get dumped. Oh, come on, Nagato. You've never hit anything in your life, and that's twice this match. Unless it was the other Nagato. That's not important. That Ranger, just put those torps anywhere. I'll pick them up. Don't worry about it. Okay. All repairs ready. Let's put that to work. Another 10k, 11k. That is good. No citadels, but I'm getting larger pen hits, right, against those Nagatos. I gotta keep my side away from those guys. I definitely let myself get double Nagato punked this battle. Average damage for me so far in this boat is about 85k, which is good. Over 7 battles, not a ton, but enough. And 85k, I don't know that I'm gonna hit. My team is tearing these guys apart. I'm not really helping that much. Although I am being a damage sponge, so any salvos that are fired at me are not fired at the enemy. I only have 785,000 potential damage at the moment. 7,500 airplane, or excuse me, damage upon my spotting.
Jolly good show, old boy.
Jolly good show, old boy. I'm gonna move up to see if I can get a hold of this Vladivostok side. Right now he has the Tone in on his 6, and so he's in a very distracted position. Be a great opportunity. Right now I'm gonna be giving the Vlad a broadside, whereas he will be not giving me a broadside if I pop out of this island in this particular approach. I'm gonna turn away just a little bit. I think Vlad's gonna wind up turning because he's gonna need to get his guns on Tone, and I think he's gonna want to get his guns on Tone. Maybe I could just shoot this Nagato in the meantime. Yeah, we'll do that. Ranger taking a big hit. Nice job. Who did that? Ooh, Citadel on the Nagato. I didn't get the kill, but Hipper cleaned him right up. That's okay. And there comes Vlad. Oh, okay. Whew. Oh, we scooped up a little bit of damage there at the end. I think, what am I going to be at, like 40,000? Not a big turnout for me. 44K. Okay, well, you know, won't hit the average as hard as it could have. Me and Scott, you know, just not on the side that was doing the heavy pushing. I got kind of turned away by those two Nagatos. They did pretty good. This top guy over here definitely hit me for 10 or 11K, and so did, I think one shot came from this other Nagato down here. So definitely good play by those guys, keeping me from being able to get in and feel effective. Still managed to get mid-pack, shot down 12 planes, 1,000 base. I'll take it. I'm hoping I turned on my naval battles. I think I did a battle or two ago. Oh my gosh, we won that Hayate Elbing battle. That's good. I think we're actually playing okay today based on what I just saw in our win-loss ratio. This is about where, yeah, me and Scott have flipped positions in this battle, right? So he's up high with that almost 100,000K in the Elbing. And there I am down lower on the list, but still happy with 1,200 base. And getting my second win in the Hayate. So now I'm 2 for 6, which not a great win rate, but we're learning that boat. We're going to figure out what its tips and tricks are, what its quirks and features are, and we'll go from there. That's for people who spend time on car YouTube. I was talking about taking out the Issei, because I think that would be interesting. Maybe I will. If Scott wants to come do a 6 with me, that'd be great. Switch to blue Issei. I've been running green Issei for a while, but I think maybe it's time for blue Issei. I like that the planes stay green for blue Issei. I think that's cool. We'll go try hybrid carrier battleship, and Scott is going to bring the Ranger. Okay, cool. Let's get into it. I do like that we won in the Caracciolo. That's going to bring me up to a 50% win rate. I had a 43 out of 7 games. That means I probably have 3 wins, 4 losses. I think that's how that math works out. So that'll bring me up to 50-50 in the Caracciolo with purple damage, blue PR. So we're doing good things in that boat. We just got to keep doing them. We do have an enemy Issei. We got a Ryujo as well. We are all tier 6s though, so no tier 8s I've got to worry about with respect to my airdrops. So like we see with the hybrid battleships, you know, we've talked about this. If you haven't watched my YouTube video about the Issei, I do have a video out there where I take it out and I have a pretty good game in it. So if you're interested in Issei play, there's a fun game out there to watch on my YouTube video or YouTube channel. So Issei is worth checking out, if only because it's quirky and weird. It has to load its airplanes at the beginning of the match. It has an unlimited number of airplanes. It treats them like a regular consumable. So with this boat, you launch the airplanes every 2 minutes, essentially. Chalk says, "Oh no, your division's torpedoes will blot out the sun." Yeah, that's probably true. We're gonna try. I like to kind of get my boat going. I don't use a lot of autopilot with Issei. I kind of get it pointed where I want it to go, and then I launch my plane. Sometimes I will use autopilot with it, in particular if the ship starts winding up under fire while I'm flying my airplanes. For the most part, I don't have to, because I can just launch and attack and then come back, salvo, that kind of thing. I found the HE is my armament of choice with this boat. I feel like I started getting a lot better damage numbers when I switched to the high explosive rounds. And it's because of the fires and things. You know, the AP's okay. And against all tier 6s, the AP might be just bang up, right? It might do an excellent job. And as we talk in the YouTube video, and as you'll see in this battle, I want to keep my ship loosely pointed towards the enemy rather than trying to shoot back over my shoulder, because of the firing angles are not very effective when we do that. I am about 10 seconds from being able to fire my guns. I'm going to wait on those. I'm going to fire my guns. Then I'm going to launch my planes. Then I'm going to come back and fire my guns. Okay, launching the planes. Leaving the ship is going to sail straight with at about half throttle. I could get Citadel there. I don't think there's a lot of particularly heavy targets there that are going to be able to dump me. I'm going to try to go over here and lap this Bujoni. Bujoni's got decent AA, but not amazing. And he's like tier, right? So he's not going to have a big advantage over me. There's no like war emergency power consumable. All you get is the ability to fly. I wanted to spot this Gaeta on my way. It looks like we've done it. Or maybe that other ship is. Oh no, Dallas is right there. I'm going to change my target and go in on the Gaeta instead. It is letting me give him a hard time. That's great. Switching back to my ship immediately because I want to get these main batteries in play. He's only taken one torpedo, so good on Gaeta. The other thing I'd like to point out is when you're flying, you're reloading your torpedo squadron. Chalk has given me tips. I appreciate it. If you use Shift plus X before launching planes, you can lock your crosshairs on a location. Oh, that's true. That's true. I haven't used that very much, but I should start playing with that tactic or that function. When I first got this boat, I would have my guns pointed like this way, and then I'd come back to the ship and I'd be like, "Why is my guns pointed stupid?" Well, it's because I did it stupid, right? That was a big hit on the Bayern, 6,800 damage with HE.
Attention, reporting a target.
Team's asking for support with the Bayern. That sounds good to me. I'm going to increase my throttle speed here. I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to... let me launch these planes. Now I'm actually going to use my autopilot because I want to start pointing my boat away from that Bayern. I got too close. Using my rocket boosters. These rocket boosters are so... oh, look at that. That's a cool shot. Oh, never actually seen it from that angle. That was rad. I'm going to go up in here. We're going to buzz up on this Bayern and torp him. It's already on fire, so if I get any floods, which are hard to get with these torpedoes, they don't hit very hard. Oh no, so many puffs. Oh, they shot down one of my planes. I only got 6 torps off.
自動航行モードオフライン
All right, I'm off the autopilot now. Autopiloto. And am I gonna miss entirely? That would really be lame. I gotta get one, right? Yeah, we're gonna get one. Small damage on these torpedoes, right? Very small.
I need intelligence data.
The Bayern is one of the smallest battleships at Tier 6 as well. It is hard sometimes to hit it. I'll make excuses for myself all day. All day. Got another fire on him. That guy's having a rough match. He's not happy.
敵艦隊が優勢我ら霧が負けるだと
Gosh, we are being just destroyed. A good AA in this boat, so we're gonna throw some stuff there. Hey, Nemesis War Dog, you got us over on YouTube today. That's cool. We're trying this multi-streaming. I don't know if we'll do it forever, but so far I don't dislike it. Easy to do once you get it configured. Okay, gonna launch my planes here. Not been very effective. I'm normally better with these planes. I'm not great, but I'm not
戦場に火災が発生消火を任せる
not really being very effective right now. Yeah, so Nemesis, we're on Twitch as well. So if you prefer to watch over there, you can always bounce over to Twitch. That's a bad drop. That was not good. I think I'll get one though. Oof, almost didn't. Gator just about dodged it. Oh boy. Oh boy. And again, I'm doing that over the shoulder shoot, and this is not going to be great.
大丈夫だナノマテリアルによる修復が完了した
Because the angles are not strong. I was thinking this was the weaker side for the enemies, but when there's only like 5 of us left, it doesn't matter which side's the weaker side, does it? Oh man, my little AA gunners, look at these guys are working so hard. The other thing that stinks about pointing your ship away from the enemy when you're running the rocket planes is that you get that rocket boost at the beginning, or the torpedo planes on this thing. You get that rocket boost at the beginning. I'm gonna try this Shift X thing, and then I'm gonna use my
自動航行モードに行こう
there we go.
Get back.
Yeah, working on it, pal. Thanks for all your help. I'm using my boost to go the wrong direction, right? So if all this time I'm spending turning is wasted rocket boost.
自動航行モードオフライン手動航行に戻す戦場に火災が発生消火を任せる
So many Dallas shells. Also, Repulse is in here, which is a new
ナノマ
boat.
テリアルによる修復が完了した。
Affiliates are not allowed to multi-stream. It's true.
戦場に火災が発生。消火を任せる。
Yeah, that's right. So when if someone goes Twitch affiliate, then they are not allowed to multi-stream. So Nemesis on YouTube is talking a little bit about this. You're allowed to stream on any platform you want, but any live content you produce on Twitch has to be Twitch exclusive
面白くない
for
展開だな。
24 hours. So you can take and re-upload that stuff later, but not until a day later. This was not a good fight. I don't know what that guy's talking about. We're getting our trash kicked. Disassembled. Man, do I want to live to see another hull repair? Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, we're all honking, son. I'm not too worried about you right now. My horn is deeper than yours. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you needed to turn earlier. I understand that you are a full health New Mexico in a game we've been getting absolutely destroyed in for a very long time. And I want to have sympathy for your scenario, but I need you to have sympathy for mine. I'm gonna... What a dork. And I get it. He's trying to get his shots off, but maybe these are his first ones for the whole match. I'm gonna go look at that Repulse actually up close. This is a new boat. It's not out yet, as far as I understand. Tier 6. Yeah, they're all tier 6 in this battle. Tier 6. As soon as I get there, it vaporizes. Tier 6 British battlecruiser thing. There will probably come a day where we talk about Twitch affiliate on going that route on this channel, Nemesis, and at that point, I probably won't be able to stream on YouTube live anymore. I don't know if that'll remain a part of the long-term strategy or not. We may do some live YouTube streams, or I may try to really coax my YouTube people to come join us on Twitch when that happens. Twitch is kind of a... It certainly is the place where it seems like video game streaming is happening more so than YouTube, so that there's a chance that that's the direction that'll go in the future. For the moment, of course, we're doing multi-streaming just to give people options and try to pull people in. Oh, it did. Oh no, that sucks. And you still got top guy with a crashed game. I came in 4th position. Yeah, I didn't play well. It was not great. I didn't do very good, and I've got 4th, which is like not cool. So 33,000, 33,000 here for Issei, and I'm 4th slot, right? So here's, New Mexico that was honking at me. I wonder if he had a crash as well, similar to Skada or something like that, but is what it is, I guess. Yeah, for now, we're not worried too much, War Dog, about monetization and stuff. We're just streaming. We're trying to make this a place where people want to hang out, things like that. Charlie side had too much AA bunch and seemed like people were attacking it one by one. Was that the side I was on? I don't even remember. Was that the east side or the west side? That was east side, I think. They tend to go A, B, C. Yeah, it was tough with the Dallas and the Bujoni over there. I was not able to get much done. Yeah, that was the side I was trying to fight as well, and it was tough. I thought I could go in there and punk some guys, but... Yeah, I know we got a few folks who... there's like 2 or 3 viewers that I only ever see on YouTube. And again, I want those guys to still be a part of the show and the community, but... for now, again, no changes are planned, right? So we're just going to continue multi-streaming and continue like this. Obviously, the YouTube content's different when I cut a video together and put that up there. It's a different a different product, right? We put some sound effects. We talk about a little bit more about the ships, the history, or some tactics and strategy and stuff. Not that we don't talk about those things, but, but for, at least for the edited videos, right? Those are going to continue. I have no plans to stop those at this point. So, and again, no plans to make any changes whatsoever. This is all kind of what we're doing for the moment. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I don't expect it's got to be challenging if you're wargaming. So Scott has got a comment here. He said, "I'm a little tired of seeing these new ships, new test ships that are OP in the hands of these system testers or STs that happen to just be in all the top clans, right?" Oh, nice, thanks, Nemesis. I get an extra view that way. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it does explain a lot. It's funny because the community will say a lot of stuff like, "Hey, you're alienating your high skill players by making things too easy or too dumb," or "Now we're testing and it's only supporting the high skill players." And you know, for the wargaming guys to understand who it is, who can I trust to do a good test on this? Who's going to know enough about it to be able to? I understand why they recruit those guys for testing, but it's tough. You know, I don't know. And the test program has to be global, right? Because I don't think they have different versions of the ships for different servers. So I imagine there are testers all over and on all the servers who are providing feedback and stuff back to people. And I think in large part what they're taking is the data from the games of the testers more than they're probably taking feedback and anecdotes would be my guess. But that's all hunches. We're very deep in the speculation zone right now. I don't know. I think I'll take the match data, run that, crunch it into a spreadsheet. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're going to have folks who know how to work around issues, and they're just going to naturally do it, right? Or exploit issues or whatever, right? And as a person who's familiar with, like you say, who's familiar with testing software, there's some, you need to get a kind of a cross section of your user base to understand where all the faults, flaws, and issues are. Yep, exactly. Oh, I know how to deal with that. It's not that big a deal, right? It's not that big a deal to you, but to a guy whose top tier is tier 6 and they're figuring things out, you know, that's going to be different. I'm going to try to run a carrier. And you guys at home can point and laugh. Try to run the Lowenhart though, so at least it'll be a premium, which is kind of cool. On the very last night of the patch, we got raided by Sea Raptor, which was really cool. We had a bunch of people show up in chat. We held on to a bunch of them for a long time, and we had a really fun stream. And a bunch of jokers in there told me that I should buy Lowenhart, and so I did. I was like, okay. Because I'm trying to learn carriers, and this seems like it should be a pretty fun one. So we're going to run a CV battle here, and then maybe we'll see if we feel like one more after that, and maybe we'll call the stream closed at that point. But for now, let's jump into the Lowenhart and go see if we can get some drops on some people. Yeah, they're hard to hit now with the changes to the way rocket planes work. The thing that I'm really enjoying on the Lowenhart is the way the reticule for the bombers works, because it's a circle and it gets very small. And so if it's a circle, I can kind of approach my target from any angle, which is kind of interesting. And we'll definitely do a little bit of bombing. We'll try some rockets as well. I'll try to make sure we get all 3 ordnances out there. A lot of times I'll have a favorite ordnance on a particular carrier. And again, this is a favorite by a guy who's uneducated and doesn't know what he's talking about. And so, yeah, we'll check it out. This will be a good preview then. This will be a good preview. Yeah, I picked it up. It was $27 if you're on NA, $27 US. At least that's what I paid for it. I assume that price is pretty common across NA. So, you know, it wasn't an expensive ship, but, you know, if you're not interested in throwing money to wargaming, I get that, right? Wessler seems pretty good too. It doesn't have the OP bombing reticule. that was sort of my motivation as well. People were telling me that, oh, it's cool, you should get it before it goes away. Dude, come on, what are you thinking? So peer pressure, I guess, cost me $27 worth of ship. Hopefully they find me an opposing carrier that's similar in skill level to me. We got Wang He. So Scott has brought the Wang He, Pan-Asian premium cruiser. It's been in the game for a long time. I believe it's still available in the premium shop. And it has an AA rating of, I think, 65. Wang He's AA rating is 65. In fact, it's better than Lowenhart, right? Compare that across here. We can look at Leander, who's got an AA of 46. Yoko, 47. Atlanta, we know is high at 75. New York is down in 21. Piotr, 39. New Mexico, 43. So, you know, we definitely see that 65 rating on Wang He is good. In fact, it's really great. Let's start with the bombs. It's kind of an odd pick, maybe. All of the planes on the Lowenhart are really cool. They have really cool camos. They're just mega German, right? Stuka situations. They look really cool. We're trying it. Yeah, Stukas. Hey, Keaton, welcome to the stream, bud. Glad to have you here. We need more people in the clan who can play carriers at least a little bit. And so this is me trying to figure out at least a little bit of being able to do it. So cool looking. I wish World of Warplanes was a better game, because I would play the heck out of that. I love World War II aviation and aircraft and stuff. I don't think of myself as an expert on it by any stretch, but I do think it's really cool. Oh boy. Oh, you know what? I didn't do my my tentative drop because, see, I'm bad at aircraft carriers. Oh, let's take these two full health ones down here. That's fine. Atlanta's right there. We don't want anything to do with that nonsense. Hey, Waz, welcome to the stream. You have a Fred Flintstone emote. That is awesome. I don't know where that came from, but I'm a fan. I only want to find that New York. The only ship I want. Let's go in and we'll bomb this Piotr. Now, we talked. Look at this reticule, right? It's a circle. Miyoko is actually going to be bombed instead. And then look how small this mother bear gets. Look how tiny it is. So it doesn't really matter what angle I approach from. I can put bombs in a circle. Of course, I messed up that drop, and RNG didn't help me much. I should definitely look for that. I've had him recommended to me multiple times. I think Chalk Muted has also recommended to me, Chalk over from YouTube has recommended this guy's videos. Oskens, I guess. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I'm not familiar with them as a creator, so I'm gonna have to go look into them. See what it's all about. That's multiple times over the last couple of weeks that's come up, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, I'll go do some research. Got a few skilled CV players in the clan. They're not all as active as they have been historically, so I've also got some local resources I can bug. But it's good to find some of that content online and just kind of consume some of that information as well. Okay. I buy New Tsushima. I feel the ship is good. I like New Tsushima. I don't think it's super overpowered. By the way, welcome to the stream, Krezel. We're glad to have you. And if I've mispronounced your name, I apologize. I am actively trying to be good at that, but it is difficult sometimes. Oh, this is in Atlanta. Let's try it. Let's just see what happens. So we do the machine gun run and the rockets. 235 because I overpenned him. Wow, that was rough. Okay. Torpedo bombers. Torpedo bombers. I don't think I want to fly my ship or sail my ship anywhere. Yeah, New Tsushima cool. I build mine as a torpedo boat. I'm kind of curious how you built yours. And then I like the super heal. I feel like it's really tough when it comes to that. You got to make sure that you don't take massive damage and just die outright. But that super heal is a nice function of that boat. What I do wish is that, or not wish, but one thing I think about with that super heal is it's kind of a situational boost. It's not a thing that makes the boat good all the time, but it makes it good in certain scenarios. Oh no, that's a terrible drop. But at least I'm spotting him.
Просто отлично.
Nice shot, Scotta. Good shoot. Got a bad approach on this guy, so I'm going to utilize the bow-legged launch drop, or torp drop, and miss entirely. This is you guys are watching me play a very bad carrier match, not just a bad carrier match.
All stations, concentrate
Nemesis says he has YouTube videos, but go to his stream channel and run through a few of his VODs. Maybe I will. So he's a Twitch guy. That's good. Yeah, I'll go look for him. Try to use these bombers are such a high altitude you have to look down like this, so I can't look as far forward as I would like, which means it's hard to dodge flak, I find. Oh, I'm gonna miss. Shh. Now let's deploy those and get those guys out of here. Definitely bad approaches. You guys are very much watching me learn how not to do this. That's a better one, but RNG is gonna. Oh no, I got one. Yeah, that was a big hit too. We'll send that guy back home. I'm not as good with those rockets now. It makes me want to run torps and bombers all the time on this platform. I think it's about time to move this ship up. My flights are a little too long, so I'm just gonna
Активирован
put it over
автопилот.
there, maybe. And when my flights are long, I don't get the cycles in fast enough. Oh, good, Krezel, I'm glad. I'll tell you one thing about that boat is it's expensive, man. I paid the full 300,000 coal, right? Which was just a ton of money, or a ton of coal. I didn't like that part about it, but I do like having that ship, and I like it as a trainer for my Russian captains. I love my Russian destroyers, so very glad that I have the New Tsushima as well. Although I think my only 21-point captains are my Russian destroyer captains. Hey, I finally found the New York, guys. We can get them. I should have dumped some torps early, I guess. Good, I'm glad the video is useful for you too, by the way. That's good feedback. And we don't always know what it is that people like and what people want to see. So we're always up for feedback on that kind of stuff. With the YouTube videos. You know, Scott and I talk a lot about the content to make, and try to figure out what's going to be interesting and useful and helpful for people. And deciding what to spend your hard-earned coal on is definitely one of those things. I'm gonna go try to bomb this Leander again because he is coming to get me. Move my ship away again. Not in reverse. No, just regular old forward going. Okay. Autopiloto. Fine, do whatever you want. I'm gonna go shoot this guy, and then I'm going to drive the boat. One of the things I've had to learn to do, and I think this is not just me. Oh, we missed. New York is not a bad battleship. It's one that teaches you a lot about battleshipping. It's not the best battleship in the game, but it will teach you a lot about getting ready ahead of time. Hey, that was 2 bombs. Look at this, guys. Psh, 25,000. What's my average? 22,000. We're having a red letter game here. A banner match for me and the Lowenheart. Oh no! You know, Lowenheart in reverse. Not the best. No. New York's good. One of the things you have to learn how to do in a battleship is rotate your guns in anticipation of corners. For those of you who don't know WoW's relatively newer players playing World of Warships Legends, so it's a little bit different scenario. But you've got to like get comfortable with rotating your guns ahead of coming around corners, things like that. It's going to help you learn about angling and making sure you're able to dodge and shrug off shells that are coming at you, things like that. It's going to be really valuable. Wyoming, it's that drunken boxer thing. It's not a very accurate boat, and yeah, you're getting the hang of all those things for sure, and you'll keep doing that with the New York. So that way, as you get up to New Mexico or whatever comes as your tier dot next, you'll be ready to go with it. This might be a personal best, you guys. I'm so glad you're here to experience it. We're gonna have to use wonky angles there. We'll drop that way. I'm gonna send him home. Let's try these rocket planes again. I want to try these and get a little bit better here. That guy's probably gonna be dead by the time I get there. If Scotta has his way. Yeah, that guy's toast. We're turning off. That means I need to move up the carrier, I think. We're making a plan for victory. That's the plan. Going straight to the cap. Go find ourselves a Leander. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, again, welcome. I am a bad carrier player. I'm hoping that you're having a heck of a Saturday. Leander. Oh, there's the Furioso. Furious. Shot a little bit low on the water line there. 2,400 damage, though. Much better than the 235 when I overpenned my Atlanta target early in this match. Planes are taking some heat here. I can't really see where this guy is. Oh, nope, that's going to be bad. 3.5 seconds. Fire! Missed. Okay. We'll do bombers this time. Who put that island there, says some random guy on our team. Yeah, they just put that in last week. Sorry, bro.
Пройдена контрольная точка.
Stukas. I could shoot you from Stuttgart and make it look like a suicide. I don't know, maybe he's right there. Nope, he's definitely not. Okay. Yeah, we're moving up with confidence. Maybe we shouldn't be.
Истребитель взлет произвел. Истребитель уничтожен.
Oh no!
Автопилот выключен.
Kind of figured we'd have this problem solved by now, guys.
Активирован
I
автопилот.
really did. I'm gonna get killed by this guy. And I probably deserve it for just sailing up there all brazenly like a jerk. We're gonna lose this match if I'm not careful. Come on, come on. Nope, go over there. Yeah, Wyoming is just super inaccurate. Oh, that's not gonna do anything. Come on, York, do your job. Kill that cruiser.
До конца боя осталось 5 минут.
Don't worry, I got it. Ace,
Вражеский
Captain.
крейсер уничтожен.
No worries, people. I had that under control. Clown shoes. This boat is powerful, and we have to remember this is not because I am good at aircraft carriers. It is because the Lowenhard is pretty tough. Citadel! This is absolutely a personal best in this boat. It's only my third match, so I haven't played a lot, but my two previous matches averaged 22,600 damage, which makes the math easy, right? You just double that, it tells you how much total damage I've gotten, which is about 45k, and this is 41k in a single match, rather than over two.
Неполадки устранены.
We're gonna need to win, though, I'm discovering. So let's go help out. I was planning to go cap, but now we're losing this battle, and all I'm thinking about is getting damage, because I'm learning how to do drops, and that's what's important to me right now. I'm going to try to drop this new max, again, because of the circular reticule. It can sort of come in from any angle. There's still a benefit to coming in from the correct angle. Oh boy, did I overlead that guy. Ugh, embarrassment. Shame. Go. This is gonna be better. Are they in there now? Okay. I'm going. No! Shh! Yeah. Launched the wrong planes. Yeah, Miyoko's gonna be in there. Update that here in a second.
Союзники, передаю координаты важной цели.
Dodging my torps. Oh, maybe he's not, because my German torps go for a pretty good distance. I'm about to get shot up, though.
Истребитель
Oh,
взлет
he dodged
произвел.
him. He's dodged him. I'm all intense. Like, I always come back, I snap out of it, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm on stream. Like, for a minute there, I was just playing ships by myself. But no, we got to get in here and kill this Miyoko. I think we're going to lose this game. 4-on-2 is not great when I'm one of the two in a carrier, right? Don't hit the islands, boys. It's our reset. Ah, couldn't get the drop on that guy. Oh my gosh, these planes are getting shredded between all this AA. Ah! And they're gonna win by points. Great battle, I must say. Probably if I was paying a little bit better attention, I could have helped. I don't know that I could have tipped the scales. Maybe. Yeah, that was tough. Starting to get the hang of these CVs just a little bit. Scott, of course, 11 planes killed. Comes in third slot. Nice play. Only 687 for me, which means if I had any naval battles attempts left, then I failed them. We are now winning, but I think I'm out of gas on this. I didn't actually do very well. I only got 7 out of 14. Ugh, look at this. Look at all these German ships in my rotation. That is very strange. I do like the Lowenhart. I think it was worth picking up. Obviously that opportunity is past now, but if it shows up in a Christmas box and you open one up next season, and you're like, oh, I got a Lowenhart. I wonder if that's any good. The answer is yes. It's very good. Folks, I'd really, really like to say thank you for being here for the stream today. If you are not following me yet on Twitch, consider doing so. If you're not following me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to me over there as well. You can check me out. I'll throw down the youtube.com/c/Clyde Plays. I think it's just Clyde Plays. That'll get you there. Otherwise, if you don't want to click on that link, you can just go to Clyde Plays World of Warships and find my content over there. Give me a follow. We try to put out a video every week. It's usually on Fridays. Sometimes we put out a couple of videos. You know, we had a couple of folks show up today that felt like those videos were useful for them. Maybe they'll be useful for you. Hang with me here. I don't want to just dump this. I want to try to find somebody to raid to. We've got 9 viewers right now on Twitch, so that is a good thing, and it's great to pay that forward and be a part of our community. We'll see if there's anybody playing that we know. The odds of that are pretty small. You know, it's a pretty diverse community of folks, and I don't know them all yet here. And I try to raid over to somebody who's got fewer viewers than I have right now at the moment. There's a picture of me. I can't raid to myself. Da, 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 da. We'll raid over to that is. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Got an 07 from Keaton. Thank you, Keaton. That is am I not filtered to English language? That might help. Oh no, we are. Just got somebody in here with Cyrillic text. Maybe they didn't realize they're set to English. Well, let's raid over. I don't know this person, but we'll raid over to Icebreaking MM. I don't know who this is. They might be cool. And we're about to go find out as a group. So Icebreaker MM. If you guys don't mind, please stick around and say hi. Tell them Clyde sent you, and try to give these folks a good time if you're going to continue watching streams. If that's not your thing, or maybe you've got another stream you want to bounce to, that's cool too. But until then, You know, thanks for being here. We'll catch you out there. We'll see you on the high seas. Take care of each other. We'll catch you in the next battle, guys. Thanks. And we're getting ready to raid. We're raiding now. Catch you guys next time.
Please. The Halland. Shit, I'm taking 3 of these.
Kind of on my own here, pushing in the middle.
You have
no,
an Ohio right behind you.
It's going to say you're not on your own. You've got a fucking Ohio right behind you, and you've got Summers in front of you.
Venezia has turned it out of its smoke there.
We try and push this talent.
Yeah, exactly.
Not get away.
Exactly.
Shit, your radar just gone.
It's gone out. Yeah, no, he's out of range of it. It's still running, but it's out. He's just he's back up. He's back up.
Ah, he's on fire. I've got him fired.
Yeah, cool.
Ah, he's turned out. Couple maybe.